All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. My name is Don Kaufman. We're going to be starting here momentarily, just making sure everybody's tuned in, turned on. You hear me all right? You see on your screen it says Ultima Trades. Feel free while we're waiting for a couple of people, excuse me, to hop on. Feel free to chat in where you guys are joining us from today. So make sure everybody hears us okay, sees us okay. We'll even get the camera up and running here in a moment. I'm not ready yet. It's just not ready. Iowa, it's cold. It's cold. Excellent. Wisconsin, it's even colder. So I'm actually broadcasting today from Scottsdale, Arizona, which is also kind of cold. So I am off the island for I don't know, a few weeks, few months. We'll see. Excellent. Everybody here is chatting in right now. Good stuff. We will make sure that everybody is good to go. Good. I heard even down in Florida, it's getting cold this time around. So it's a big kind of cold snap. I just flew over some rough weather. We only got back to Arizona just last Thursday. Here we are. It's Tuesday. It's all been a blur. So we're going to start here again, as I said, momentarily. Just like to give everybody just a moment to get kind of acquainted with everything. By the way, if you want some informalities here, we'll even here we go. We'll even turn the camera on. That all right with everybody? So the background here is it's not exciting. I'm sorry, it's not an exciting background. I have a wall. Out that way is much more exciting. Maybe we'll flip the camera around there. But okay. And again, I just want to make sure that everybody can read chat okay, knows where to be able to ask and answer questions. All right. Excellent. So again, I'm just catching up on everything that's being chatted in right now. So a few informalities as we do get started today. Number one, you can definitely ask questions throughout the course of the day. If you see me looking around here a little bit, it's simply because I have a lot of monitors. I've got monitors. I'll show you a picture actually in just a moment. And I'm able to read questions right here. I've got a nice monitor right in front of me. So by all means, fire questions in. We record everything here. So every word spoken of TheoTrade, we definitely record. We have a very large group live today. By the way, everybody always asks if this is live. It's live. How do you know? Well, this is a market. It is December 20th, and here we are. It's apparently 11:05. I'm on Mountain Time right now, so again, it's a little confusing for me. Myself and family, we go back and forth between the U.S. Virgin Islands. We call U.S. Virgin Islands home now, but we still maintain a place here in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's a great time to be in Arizona. There's golf, and there's the Super Bowl coming this year, so should be kind of a fun time. No, I'm probably not going to the Super Bowl. Not at that per ticket. It's crazy. All right, with that, let's go ahead and let's officially get started. So welcome everybody today. It's great to see everybody out. Again, it's a holiday week, but we actually find during these holiday weeks, a lot of people are home. A lot of people are actually engaged, and there's never a better time to talk about markets, of course, after what has been a fairly rough year of volatility. Today, of course, we're going to be explaining a little bit about Ultima Trade. So Ultima Trade's high probability income generator. My name is Don Kaufman, and you are watching a TheoTrade presentation. Quick risk disclosure. We are not financial advisors nor a broker dealer. Now, I did spend a significant portion of my career inside of the brokerage world. I'll talk a little bit about my career here momentarily, but I am out. I don't have to deal with FINRA anymore. It's actually been a kind of a wonderful transition over into building, of course, TheoTrade. So right down to business here. Listen, this is why you're here today. And if you guys don't mind, I may actually raise up the desk and stand up throughout the course of this. Okay, so this is why you're here today. And one of the most important things is that we hit upon very definitive points throughout the course of today's presentation. So of course, we're going to discuss what Ultima is. We're going to discover Ultima Trades and why they are absolutely ideal for the present market environment so you can potentially generate monthly income. We're going to look at a couple of different trading symbols that professionals use on a daily basis to be able to build Ultima trades. You're also going to learn in quite some depth where and how to find edge in this business right here, right now, as a retail trader. It's one of the most important things I can actually explain to individuals today, as we'll talk a little bit about edge and kind of what edge amounts to. We're going to learn to reap the benefits of high probability trades, but again, more importantly, learn how not to get crushed and take large losses. So we're going to look at very high probability positioning. And of course, we're going to learn how to mitigate, which is control, or what we term hedge, some of the back end risk. And then, of course, we're going to talk about what products are the most viable candidates and what products are a recipe for disaster. So again, a few housekeeping items before we dive too deeply into this. Again, I just wanted to kind of set the stage. I have a tremendous amount planned today. We're probably going to run over an hour. I just let everybody know right up front, probably going to run as much as 90 minutes today, maybe even a little bit longer, because I continually add to this presentation. So listen, as I said, a few housekeeping items. Listen, this is skill set. I'm going to jump through a tremendous amount. So you're going to have to focus, because I am going to jump through a lot. I say shut the door, turn off Skype chat, whatever else might be distracting you, get rid of Facebook, close Facebook, kick out the grandkids, the kids, okay? You took the time. The dog, by the way, can stay. The dog can stay. You took the time to be here. And this is important, so focus on being here. A brief background on myself. So, I watched order flow, and I like to start with this. I watched order flow for 15 years, in very large part. That is what kind of brought me to where I am today. It's one of the reasons I still speak in front of groups here, specifically at TheoTrade. It's one of the reasons we built TheoTrade, because there are so few people, not just in this industry, but in the world, that had access to order flow for as long as we did. And I'll explain exactly what that means here. But people continually ask me how I got involved in this business. Okay, I didn't just get involved in this business. I grew up in this business. I actually grew up around traders. I had an uncle that was a market maker in the 1970s, and he founded a pretty significant trading firm in the Chicago area. It was called O'Connor and Associates. So I kind of grew up around it, and was just naturally inclined to go into the marketplace. I don't have a degree, in finance, nothing of the kind. Anyway, in the late 90s, 3 weeks out of college, I started trading in Chicago. Only about 18 months thereafter, I knew a couple of traders on the floor of the Chicago Board Options Exchange, and they kind of approached me off on the side, and they said, "Hey, we're starting a brokerage firm. Brokerage firm is called thinkorswim. I think some of you are probably familiar with thinkorswim." So I was employee number 13 at thinkorswim. I actually rose to the executive team of thinkorswim, and I went on to actually build the entire education division of thinkorswim, along with a lot of the thinkorswim trading application, which I'm sure most people are rather familiar with. So I was on the executive team when we took thinkorswim public in 2007. I was, of course, still at thinkorswim when we were acquired by TD Ameritrade in 2009. And I went on for 5 years. When TD Ameritrade bought us, they put me into a 5-year lockup clause. So it's great for me. So for 5 years, I actually ran all of TD Ameritrade and their entire education division. So ran the entire education division. And probably the most insightful aspect of that entire 15-year kind of career, both at thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade, is we got to see order flow. And that basically means this, like when you guys think about like order flow, like, listen, we got to see everything that you did, but more importantly, we got to study it. Like if you said like, "Hey, I sell covered calls," great. We would look at 200,000 accounts that had sold covered calls and give you like, "Hey, what's the probability they made money?" If you ever traded like an iron condor, I can give you the exact probabilities. Okay. Listen, when I talk about trading, you guys have to understand the buck stops here. There's nothing that I haven't seen. Okay. I mean, options are options and stock is stock. And okay, for the most part, stocks, options, futures, even currency trades, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. I've answered questions. I've got every horror story in the book over here, but that's my background, is knowing what works expressly for the retail clients. Okay. And the knowledge of what works comes from literally watching billions in other people's mistakes. So, I blurred out over there, moving around, not so good. Okay. Anyway, if you ever need to get a hold of me after today, I'm going to fix that screen right now. Okay. If you ever need to get a hold of me after today, just go right here to support@theotrade.com. We do use a common inbox. Again, we use a common inbox in here, and I'll fix that camera as we're actually running along. So email me anytime over here. I'm going to fix this thing. Okay. The video settings. Ooh. Bear with me here as I am going to fix this thing. So we are good to go here momentarily. That really did not fix it, did it? Okay, I am batting 1,000 right now. Here we go. All right, completely blurred out. That is awesome. There we go. Awesome. Fixed it. So as I said, my background here is nothing too exciting. It's a wall. This is a relatively new house for me. All right. So I still do some media appearances. We do TD Ameritrade TV pretty consistently. I do CNBC periodically, but this is, of course, one of the bigger CNBC appearances is myself pitted against, of course, Kevin O'Leary. And here's actually a fun one. So just to give you a little background on me, I thrive in volatility. And what you guys are going to learn today is expressly about volatility. This is actually from IBD, Investors Business Daily. If you guys are not familiar with Investors Business Daily, will you get familiar with it? Because I'm going to tell you something here. I'm just going to zoom in. I brought this one in here. Okay. It's actually, this is yesterday. So this was actually the cover. I made the cover of IBD yesterday. And this has actually been the best year I've had since the financial crisis of 2008, says Don Kaufman, an active investor, short seller, and chief market strategist at TheoTrade. Quoted a couple of times in here, but I thought it was pretty cool that they actually gave us the cover yesterday, of course, of Investors Business Daily. So I don't show too many media clippings, but that one was a big one. With that, this brand new, it's for today and today only. I just want to run through it with you. It's called the Great American $60,000 Giveaway. We're doing this as a little bit of a test to obviously to keep people kind of engaged in the marketplace, of course. But what we're going to do today is we are going to basically just select 10 winners, okay, live today. We're going to select 10 winners live today. What are they going to receive? 24-week mentorship, specifically with me. It is a very small group mentorship. It's a full 24 weeks. It's available for the first time ever. I've actually never done the 24-week mentorship before. It starts January 29th, of course, ends June 29th. It's literally a half a year. It is a $6,000 value. By the way, just to show you, I say it's a $6,000 value. Yeah, I'm not kidding. It's a $6,000 value. Like we have it on our site. You can go pay with it on your credit card for $6,000. However, you must stay with me. Okay, stay with me right until the end of today's webcast, and they're going to feed me 10 names, okay, that have been randomly generated from attendees. You must be in attendance, okay, and we will chat with you directly. Again, we will chat with you directly and contact you, okay, if you were selected as one of the 10. It's literally $60,000 of mentorships that we will be giving away today. Again, I will announce, Dawn will announce today live. So you're going to receive, again, also a private email address for the duration of the entire mentorship, where you can actually email me directly. And those are the first emails, of course, we'll answer. Anyway, it's the Great American $60,000 giveaway. We thought this would be something nice coming into the holidays, but you have to stay with me right until the end of the webcast, as long as you're present. Again, there will be 10 winners, and we have some pretty strong numbers on today, but I just wanted to make sure that everybody saw that. Okay. I like it. Make an old retired man very happy. Okay. I'll do my best in here. Let's jump into it. All right. You know what? Okay. That's it. I'm standing up now. I am standing up. So I have a sit stand desk. So if that wasn't blurred out, this definitely will be. So I love the sit stand desk. I have to move around over here. Listen, we're going to talk about trading. Trading, I feel like I have to be in motion at all times. So one of the things we're going to discuss, of course, that volatility has arrived, and it's not going to abate anytime soon. Inflation, okay, people are like, no, inflation is coming down. Really? 7.1%. 7.1%. Like, oh, that's CPI. People were like looking at the CPI the other day. They're like, yeah, it's 7.1. And the market rallied and then, of course, sold back off because you still realize 7.1, not good. Fed's going to continue to push rates higher. Obviously, if you guys saw overnight what happened, Bank of Japan is going to come out and start doing their version of quantitative tightening. It's getting crazy out there. Strong dollar, although the dollar is actually down today, and geopolitical risks are proliferating. I mean, listen, here's the bottom line. Bottom line is game on. Embrace the chaos. So markets got real in 2022. What you are actually dealing with, and I like to mention this stuff, is that people just they miss this, and they shouldn't. Okay, but what you're actually dealing with, and when I say you miss it and what you shouldn't miss, go over to the spiders for a second and just pull up. Okay, we're in the spiders. We're just going to pull up like a 5-year. Okay, or even better yet, let's get crazy. Let's just pull up a maximum chart inside of the spiders. I'm going to go ahead and close up this left side bar. And roughly speaking, since this time right in here, okay, this is where the Fed got all kinds of crazy and went to zero interest rate environment. For the most part, you've been in a Fed-fueled fantasy for, well, since the financial crisis, coming out of the financial crisis until, well, right about here. All right. And pretty much X marks the spot in that particular case. So one of the things you have to realize is you're not going to be in a Fed-fueled fantasy anymore. That's it. They're over and done with. And they're going to continue to pressure those markets with higher rates. And if you haven't looked at interest rates lately, I think it's also worth mentioning. Okay. Let's actually just take a quick look at TNX. TNX is actually the 10-year. Look at the max chart on TNX. This, okay, if you want to know if volatility is going to be here to stay, right? This is basically, all right, the history of the 10-year. That move over there is clearly, okay, and decisively the most violent move anyone's ever seen in interest rates on a percentage basis. That's a bigger move than ever before, okay? Not just by a little bit, by far. When I say on a percentage basis, this is 0.5%. The 10-year was sitting at 0.5%. Yeah, when was that? Okay, it's 0.5%. Oh, basically you're 2 years ago. Where are we right now? Sitting at about 3.7%. Right? It's wild. It's dangerous out there. It's one of the reasons markets are real now. Stock picking and Reddit boards aren't going to cut it. You're not going to hop onto a Reddit board and hear the latest, greatest like stock pick out there. You're going to need a strategy that's, of course, going to embrace the chaos. All right. The next thing I'm going to tell you, and this is not easy for people to understand, but you can't rely on directional bias. Now, there's always some bias. There can be what they call market neutral. You can be bullish. You can be bearish in here. Okay. My camera hates me today, but you're not going to be able to rely on directional bias. What that basically implies is if you go, I'm going to buy me some Apple, you're in trouble. Okay. And you have to reduce risk while trying to substantiate monthly gains. And that's exactly what we're going to be discussing with none other than Ultima Trades. We have actually been using Ultima Trades because there's going to be people that are here today. And I think it's critical to know this. There's people here today and they're like, oh, he's still talking about Ultima Trades. Okay. This guy, okay, that's because it's worked and it continues to work. I mean, Ultima Trades really kicked into high gear, right? COVID, like, man, in a post-COVID world, Ultima Trades have worked like phenomenally. And I'll explain exactly why as we go through here today. But the higher volatility has resulted in significantly more options premium. Okay. Now I said the O word. I said options. So we are going to talk a bit about options today. Now I know some people are just vehemently against ever having to get anything to do with options. And I'm telling you right now, that's okay. That's okay. You're just going to learn a huge amount. So Ultimate Trades are designed to sell options premium while reducing risk. Because the one thing you'll also learn about this marketplace. So we looked at, the S&Ps, we looked at the, interest rate. We should also look at VIX. Now, VIX is to me, VIX is a very rudimentary tool for understanding volatility, but just bear with me here. This is the history of the VIX. Okay, the whole history of the VIX. And when I say volatility is substantially higher, just look where my mouse is. just time out for a second, okay? And I'll even zoom in on more recent years. The VIX is still north of 20. And if you look at most recent years, you're going to see like, VIX at that level, it's still categorically really, really high, really high. Obviously, if you zoom in though to even more recent times, this is the onset of COVID, you're again pretty much north of a 20 VIX through and through in there. And it has actually changed quite a bit. Now, higher volatility, I want to be very clear about this. Higher volatility is not the only reason that we're selling options premium. There's actually, big time changes, distortions inside of option chains. And it's really making the sale of premium extraordinarily and beneficial. So we're going to learn to sell options. A lot of people always hear kind of through the grapevine, and I'm curious about this because some of you joining us today may or may not be familiar, number one, with options at all. If you're brand new today, brand new, you've never had any options experience, you're fine. Okay, we'll go through some of the basics here. Those of you also that are very experienced, also you're going to be fine because I've kind of geared this presentation towards both ends of the spectrum. But if you've heard through the grapevine that selling options is a way to make money, I'm curious, how many people just say yes? Y for yes, N for no. Like how many people have actually heard that selling options is a great way to actually make a decent income? And then yet, if you talk to anybody that has actually sold options, they go, I sold options, and then I sold options, and I sold options, sold options, sold options, and all of a sudden, bam, you got hit by a Mack truck and you didn't even know. So people, what they typically do with selling options, they make money, they make money, they make money. It's really, really high probability. Everything is going swimmingly, and all of a sudden they get hit by a Mack truck that they didn't even know was coming. And that's usually when people turn around and they go, it's like he could see my account. I could for about 15 years. So again, if you've experimented with selling options, you know full well that there's risk involved. Today's session, is all about myth from real risk, fact from fiction, and selling options. If you learn how to do this and do this properly, options can be the quickest, the fastest, the safest, the easiest way to get where you want to go in this business, in the stock market, right? But if you don't know how to use them correctly, you don't know how to hedge and reduce risk, then you're just going to be a sitting duck. So again, do not panic. You can do this. You may know nothing about options. It's okay for today's session. Shh, don't tell anybody. It's all going to be okay for today's session. A couple of things before I get too deep into it. I'm going to fix this camera permanently. One of the things about options, and I'm going to go through some of the basics here and get everybody ramped up. For starters, you want to look to grasp big concepts regarding probability and risk. But before I go that direction, I like that. A Mack truck backed over me. It hit you and then backed over you and then rolled back over you again. So one of the things, even if you are experienced, you may not know this. Rules have changed, and some of the rules that have changed, involve margin and retirement accounts. You can sell premium in small retirement accounts. If you have $2,000 in a standard, margin account, you can sell premium. If you have $5,000 in an IRA or retirement account, you can sell premium. So the sale of premium, again, the sale of premium is absolutely unequivocally available to you. So please be totally aware of that. As I get into this presentation, people constantly fight me. They're like, I can't do that in my account. And I'm going to tell you, you can, and I will show you exactly how you can. I'll even show you, if you guys remind me a little bit later, I can show you how to circumnavigate any day trading margin rules. Anybody interested in that? I love to show ways around FINRA rules. All right, let's get into it. There's a lot of different facets of selling premium, A lot of different facets of selling premium. So when I talk about the sale of premium, when we say selling option premium can be referred to in a number of ways. Selling option premium means selling options, which I'll explain here momentarily if you're brand new. Selling premium credit spreads, iron condors, short call spreads, short put spreads. Have you guys ever heard of like bull call spreads and bear call spreads. Like a bear call spread is a type of a credit spread, or bull put spreads is a type of a credit spread. Those are selling premium. There's delta neutral trading. Delta neutral trading could be construed as selling premium, selling naked. Okay, selling premium, you can do both bullish and bearish strategies, but generally speaking, selling premium is construed as market neutral. You'll hear me say that market neutral. What's market neutral? It means I don't want to pick a direction, okay? I don't want to be a pirate, and that's fine. Oh, here, how our members are doing year to date. Brian, doing awesome. Professor B got my head straight. Profits over 100K. Okay, this is back in September. Eric up 27%. Started my IRA in June following Theo small methods up 28%. Thanks to Theo, took my entire 401k to cash 18 months ago. Okay, I like that kind of stuff. James here, November 9th. So predominantly following Ultima and Flyby to the new Catapult. Great teacher as other Theo instructors. Confidence. This year, my account is up 30%. I mean, it's realistic. And I like to put that up there before and kind of set expectations here. Let's jump into it. Probability and profitability. So you're trading, okay, no matter what you think about trading is, I'm going to fix this thing once and for all. Oh, yeah, okay. No matter what you may think about trading, no matter what strategy you're embarking upon, okay, it's critically important to understand that your trading is based on probability. So when I talk about probability, people email me every single day. They email me every single day and they go, how often do you guys right? And, I'll be like, listen, that's not a good question. It's not a good question to ask somebody how often they're right. And they go, well, why? What are you trying to hide? I'm not trying to hide everything, anything at all. Okay. By the way, everything that we do here at TheoTrade, everything we do, and I love to start with this, and I should have actually kicked this off from the get-go. We are completely and utterly no holds barred. I do not care if you see every nuance in my account. You want to see my account statement? Here it is. Okay. Here it is. Profits and losses. And this is a great time to do this. Come on, it's December 20th. Okay. You can't change that. That's real. So it's up $191,000. But what's in the account? Okay. What's in the account? And the answer is about $357,000 in this particular account. Now, in all fairness, okay, I do have a multitude of accounts. I will show you a multitude of accounts. Okay, but if you want to know what's possible and what's plausible, okay, I am a rather experienced trader. I have been around this most of my life. I never took any extraordinary risk though this year. Okay, I didn't take any extraordinary risk. I don't think that people don't get it. Like I didn't go out there and go YOLO, none of that crap. I never had more than, I don't know, maybe $50,000, $60,000 tied up in any options positions at any one time, but it is $191,000. Okay, and you can see 5-day net liquidating value. Here's another one. Here's an IRA. Okay, the IRA is actually rather small. The IRA is only $76,000. However, it's up $43,000 on a year-to-date basis. And the reason I like showing the IRA is, you can't add money to the IRA. You can't do anything like that, right? And I did not have contributions in this year in this IRA. This is an IRA that I just started at TD Ameritrade forever ago and just kind of left it there. But I want you guys to see that every single position that I have here, okay, every single trade that we do is completely and utterly no holds barred. Like I will show you every detail of every position, whether we're selling premium, buying premium, okay, catapult out of the money spreads, spread tracker in here. You get to see it all. Some of my unallocated positions. And that's important to me. By the way, I also have significant positions and accounts over here at Tastyworks. So I do trade kind of back and forth between the two. Anyway, figured I'd cover that right now. The reason I say that is people come in here and they go, how often are you right? In terms of trades, okay, 97% is not uncommon. But just because you're right, for instance, 90% of the time, and I want to throw this out here, just because you're right 90% of the time, you should immediately think, what happens to me the other 10% of the time? Okay, what happens to me the other 10% of the time? And the answer is, don't worry, you'll find out. But probability alone does not make you profitable. Okay, markets are always a trade-off. Higher probability, higher risk, right? You could be right 90% of the time. Okay, you could still lose money, but where can you find edge? And that's exactly what I'm going to talk about, right? So get ready because we're going to show you something very important. So we're going to discover probability and premium selling tactics. I'm going to come in here, okay, and I'm just going to sketch out. I used a very, very similar example almost every single time I do this, is because I need to have like a good baseline for you guys to understand. So here's a stock, and the stock is trading right at 100. Now, do you want to own stock? Okay. Do you guys want to own stock? Anybody? I like this. People are like, Thinkorswim's better than Tasty. Somebody else said Tasty's better than Thinkorswim. Oh my. Okay. You know what's actually great about that is I got out on a high note with Thinkorswim. I got it. 2015, I exited. Right now, and this is strictly my opinion, there's nothing wrong with owning stock. Like there's dividends, this, that. I want to own it for the long haul, but for trading purposes, trading. I just say no to stock, because this stock, as you know, yeah, you can open down here at 90 bucks. You can open up here at 110. Okay. But lately it's been more the down than the up. So it's been kind of Mr. Toad's wild ride. So for the first example, okay, we will not own the stock. Is that fair? We will not own the stock in the first example. Okay, what I'm going to go out and do is I'm actually going to teach you just about what a call option is. In the first example, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to talk about buying a 120 call. I'm going to buy the 120 call, and for that, I'm going to pay a $1 debit. Now, time out for those of you that have absolutely no idea what an option is. Okay, options can be thought of as calls and puts. You know, people try to make this business much more, in my opinion, a lot of educators try to make this much more difficult than the entire business has to be. And I say that because have you ever heard of all the strategies out there? Seriously, have you heard of the strategies? Bull call spreads, bear call spreads, mambo combos, conversions, reversals, back spreads, time spreads. Okay, time spreads are still calendar spreads. What else you got? You got double diagonal, straddle, strangle swaps, you know, this, that, the other. You do realize that crap breaks out to it's a call and it's a put. That's it. And I was told this in the late 90s when I first got involved in the business. And again, I grew up around options, so I knew what a call and a put was. But I'd be like, oh, I learned this thing called an iron condor. And they go, kid, in the end, kid, there's a call and there's a put. You can buy it or you can sell it. So in this first example, we're just going to look at a call option. Why? Because it's easier. People understand calls. What does a call give you the right to do? Call gives you the right to buy. So remember this. Don't even worry about puts. You don't even have to think about puts, because puts confuse the hell out of people. I'm selling the right to buy. I'm selling somebody else the right to sell me stock. Oh, look, I'm buying a 120 call. A 120 call gives me the right to buy the stock at 120. Do I have to buy the stock at 120? No. Do I want to buy the stock at 120? No. I just want the right to buy the stock at 120, because if the stock goes from 100 and flies, for instance, to 140, I have the right to buy the stock at 120. Everybody else in the world would have to pay what? 140. Think about this. I can go out right now, instead of buying stock, I could just buy a call. Okay. How much is the call going to cost me? It's going to cost me $1. But this call is way out of the money. Like this call is in the nosebleed seats. That stock has to move up 20% just to make it interesting. But you're paying $1 for this thing. So what do? You pay $1 for it, 120 call. 120 call gives me the right to do what? Buy the stock at 120. Do I have to buy the stock at 120? No. I buy the call, just turn around, sell the call. So what's a call going to be worth? Well, what can happen here? The stock stays flat, call goes out, worthless. Stock moves up, call goes out, worthless. Stock jumps up to what? 140. Ooh, if the stock goes to 140, I have the right to buy the stock at 120. Everybody else in the world has to pay what? 140. If I have the right to buy the stock at 120, could I buy the stock at 120? Yes, I could buy the stock at 120, give somebody else the stock at 140, or sell it on the open market at 140, and I would make at least $20 minus the $1 I paid for it. And that's a call option. Okay. Probability of a stock going from 100 right now to 140 is like nothing, but like you get the point. Okay, now I wanted to start with the buy side of it. Now let's start the sell side. Okay, so in this example, we're going to do right now what's called selling naked. So naughty monkey sells naked. But I'm just teaching it from a probability point of view. Just focus on the probabilities. We're going to go out right now, okay, and we're going to sell a 120 call. And for that 120 call, we are going to collect a $1. I'm going to make it exactly $1 credit. So let's put that down here. Oh yeah, and here's the best part. We're going to make this for 3. That was supposed to be an M. Okay, for 3 months. That option's good for 3 months. So we're going to sell a 120 to 0 call, and we're going to collect a $1 credit. Then what do? I do nothing. Everybody else is doing something. I'm doing absolutely nothing. So I sell a 120 call. Where's the stock trading? 100 right now. What stock is this? I don't know. It doesn't matter what happens over the next 3 months. I'm bored. Okay. I'm probably very, very bored. But what can happen in here? Well, from a probability point of view, what am I actually embarking upon? When I say a probability, what do you think the probability in this trade is? I'm serious about that. What do you think the probability is? Some people go, there's not enough information. There is enough. You have time, bonk, okay? You have the stock price, bonk, and you have actually the call strike, and it's premium. Technically, you could back in exactly the probability on this trade. You can figure out the exact probability, okay? So when I say what's the probability of making money. What's the probability of making money? A couple people got it, right? The approximate probability of making money in here, I'm just going to put it up here on the right-hand side. It's actually north of 90%. This is plus 90%. It's greater than a 90% chance of being able to make money. Okay. If you don't believe that, I'm going to show you momentarily. So one of my my areas of the thinkorswim platform, okay, is a lot of the option modeling, a lot of the theoretical pricing calculator, option modelings, probability and volatility. Those are my areas in here. But if you look at selling the 120 call, if I'm selling a 120 call, by the way, okay, palms to me, I'm buying. Palms to you, I'm selling. So I'm selling a 120 call, I'm collecting $1. Okay, inevitably, what happens over the course of 3 months? If the stock stays flat, I keep my $1. If the stock goes anywhere down, I keep my $1. Even if the stock goes up, I keep my $1. If the stock goes to 120, I whip myself, but I keep $1. And if the stock gets above 120, you're like, oh, but you got to realize that is a 20% move to the upside. Like you're in the nosebleed seats if you're selling this call. I just want you to understand, though, conceptually where we're headed right now. That is an incredibly high probability trade. Are we comfortable with understanding it? But people look at this and they go, hey, Don, I have a question. Why did you go 3 months out? Because 3 months out, your trade sucks, Don. It's terrible. I don't want to wait 3 months to be able to make $1. Okay. I mean, I'm old by then. 3 months from now, I can only do this a couple times a year. And they start going off on me. I'm like, I got it. Just calm down, because everybody goes, why you go so far out, man? You may have noticed in my example, I sold options, okay, out a few months in duration. Typically, traders sell short-dated options, but right there, therein lies why you're actually tuning into this webcast. This is what Ultima is about. Ultima is not like, when we come in and we talk about like premium selling and option premium selling, okay, Ultima is not about, you know, hey, you should go out and sell options. Okay. Anybody can figure that out. You know, in options, you can either be a buyer or you can be a seller. So anybody can figure out to be able to sell options. The whole key to this today, this presentation today, and to what Ultima really is, okay, it's which options to sell. And there's been actually great distortions inside of probability, volatility, and option chains. So that's why people tune into this. Criteria is really what we do here at TheoTrade. When I say criteria, we give you, all right, what works inside of the option chain. Like, again, we give you exactly like, hey, why are we 3 months out? I'm going to explain that here momentarily. So I'm going to go forward here. A lot of people have seen this. What's this? This is actually a decay graph. Okay. When I say a decay graph, people go, look, if you're 9 months out, the option barely decays. And if you're 6 months out, it still barely decays. But it starts to kick in a little bit at 3 months. But man, that last 1 month, boom, yeah, that's where I want to be. No, it's not. You're out of your mind, because people do not understand. Volatility shifted. Okay. You know what Ultima actually is? All right. So inside of trading, okay, there's called Vega. Vega actually has to deal with volatility. Okay. Then there's Vama. Okay. And then there's Ultima. All right. It's the volatility, the volatility, the volatility. This is actually a tertiary Greek. So Ultima has actually shifted dramatically. And because of Ultima, we're actually going to get away with quite the little trade over here. So this decay graph is what we term, okay, it is near money options. Near money options. What that basically implies, okay, only if you sold some really short duration crap, you're still going to get killed though doing it. what we're going to do is we're going to come right back to this example, the original example that we did, and we're going to go out there, okay, and we're going to sell something far out. But I'm going to tell you right now, okay, just bear with me for a second. We're going to go into a live market, okay? S&Ps today, it's kind of chill, right? Up 18 after getting walloped the last couple of days. It is what it is. Look at Tesla, okay? It's bleeding out, I tell you, it's bleeding out. Anyway, we're going to go to the first product we're going to use is the spiders. How many people here are truly familiar with the spiders? Okay, it's okay if you're not. Say, I'm not if you're not, right? And I love this because most people, and I love that somebody goes in here and goes, oh, options decay heavily the last couple of days. I promise you in a moment, I'm going to wake you up, okay? So the spiders are probably, well, they are, I shouldn't say probably, they're the most prolific product in the entire business. Nothing trades in terms of more shares and more contract size, okay, and options than spiders, hands down. So the amount of capital that goes through spiders is big. The biggest product in the entire industry is SPX, unequivocally. SPX has no stock, but the SPX trades 1.5 million contracts of a $4,000 product. But the spiders, the spiders here have already done almost 4 million contracts, doing 42 million shares today. It is the S&P 500. What's cool about the S&P 500? There's no one CEO. Okay, if something happens to Tim Cook and you're in an Apple position, you're in trouble. I mean, that's not a joke. You're in trouble. Here, okay, you're trading a major index product, but it's an ETF, but it's the most liquid marketplace out there. What I want to get to initially, I'm actually going to go exactly 3 months out. If you don't mind, I'm going to go to the 87-day expiration, which means these options have what? 3 months left to live. And we're going to go build a trade. And the thing is, people look at this and they think to themselves, I am not going to wait 3 months. Okay, I'm not going to wait 3 months. I'm not that patient. Okay, that's just not me. Okay, nobody said you had to wait 3 months. I understand that people come here today because they want to learn to make, okay, consistent income. They want to actually generate income now. Okay, I got it. Totally got it, right? The most imperative thing to me to explain to you, right, is how many pitfalls I've watched retail traders jump into, okay? The one thing, like, as I said this, and I can't express this enough, people go, what's a TheoTrade and how's it differentiate? TheoTrade's a little different. We all have 15, some of us 20 years of experience inside of the brokerage side of the business. So not only did we make markets, we were market makers, many of us, and I say we, but pretty deep bench here at TheoTrade, but we made markets. Many of us come from a thinkorswim or TD Ameritrade background. And now in our third career, we built TheoTrade, and TheoTrade is an educational venue, but it's an educational venue based on order flow statistics of what we knew from thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade, and we still receive many of those order flow statistics. By the way, a lot of those stats are now openly available to the public. Very few people know where to get them. Nevertheless, what I'm going to explain to you right now might fly in the face of what a lot of people do. If you get on some some Facebook group, they're telling you to sell short duration or short dated options. And I'm going to show you right now, unequivocally, it's the death of you. Okay, we're going to go 87 days out. Okay, and I know this pains some people. We're going to go 87 days out, and we're going to find an option trading right at around $1. Why am I going to find an option at $1? Because people, it just makes it easier for my example. So just calm down. I get all these crazy engineers. They're like, it's not perfect. What do you guys want to use? You want to use the 439s or the 440s? What's easier? Okay, I don't mind either way. Let's use the 439s so nobody freaks out on me over here. Okay, we're going to use the 439s. So in this example, I'm going to go all the way out. It's the 17th, okay, of March. And you guys, listen, you can play the TheoTrade at-home game with me. You can look on your own, option chain, the 17th of March, okay? And I'm going to go out, all right, and I'm going to sell the 439 calls. And those are going to be trading for, okay, I'll put it at $1.03. By the way, if I hit the bid right now, if I hit the bid, which means I could sell them right now and offer them at $1.03, they would fill at $1.03 instantaneously. Okay, I could sell these for $1.03, which I could, and that's $1.03 credit. $1.03 credit. Okay, that's it. Time out. So he goes out. He goes out and he sells those. You guys want to sell them? Here, I'll tell you what. I'll work this little monkey, work it, but I'm not going to work it at it pains me. I'll never hit the bid or take the offer. I'm actually going to work them in the offer. I'm going to work them at 104. Okay, working. So we're now working at $1.04. All right. If we want to see my order, people go, how can you do that? Oh, nobody knows the little tricks of the trade, right? If you want to see my order, okay, just click on the Q, the D, the B, right? It's exchange designation. Come up here after clicking on that, scrolling. There's my order. Captain one lot runs again. So Captain one lot right now, I'm 104 offered. I'm 104 offered. So if anybody wants to trade through me, they can't because I'm a retail trader and I'm first in line. So the market right now is 103 at 104 offer. Okay. I am on the offer and we'll see if I fill. But you know what? I don't care if I fill. It makes for a good example. So after I sell this for 104, by the way, I could split the markets now, guaranteed. I could do, if I came in at 103, I would fill. They're moving around though a little bit. Markets are selling off. Okay. No concern of mine right now. Close that up. Okay. What I want to do is I want to say, hey, I just sold. Let's assume that I just sold a 439 call. So I sell the 439 call. Okay. And I'm just going to wait exactly. Okay. Here, let's use the February expiration. February expiration has 59 days. So what's the difference between 87 days and 59 days? What is that? It's 28 days, right? There are 28 days between this expiration and this expiration. Here's the question. If nothing happened to the market, now I know markets are going to move. I know markets are going to move, but I want to show you, okay, I want to show you the most important thing over here. And that's this. This option right here, okay, has massive decay rate. Okay, that option right there has a massive decay rate. How much could we make? All right, I'm serious about this. Okay, how much can we make? And this is where people get very thrown off. They don't understand what do you mean? Okay, well, I sold a 439. Okay, so I'm going to look at a 439 call exactly 28 days from now. What's a 439 call? Because that's what we just sold over here. Worth. Okay, let's say, assuming that the market stayed flat, which is fair enough if it doesn't, right? I can go back and I can then buy back the 439 call, and I could pay approximately 38-cent debit after transaction costs and everything. What am I making? Over 60%. It's greater than 60% in 28 days for doing what? Nothing. Everybody's doing something. I'm doing nothing. Do you realize how far out of the money I am? Market right now is trading at 381. I'm selling 439. I'm 60 bucks out of the money, collecting 60% in 28 days. Can you do that? The thing is, no one in here looks at this and says like, holy crap, you can make 60%. Do you care how you make 60%? You go, you told me I was going to make money, okay, on a monthly basis. It is on a monthly basis, but I'm not trading short-term options. I'm just trading longer-term options to make my money on a monthly basis. Does that make sense? I don't care. All I'm doing is riding a vehicle further out in time. You can ride a vehicle, okay, that has 7 days left to expiration. Me, I'm riding that vehicle further out in time. Want to know why? The vehicle I'm riding is bigger, it's better, and it keeps me out of trouble, right? Do you want to like ride in the fast lane at 200 miles an hour? Okay, or maybe somewhere in the middle, take it a little bit easier, okay, and get there alive. The key in here is to get there alive and to do it sequentially. You just got to knock this out and have consistency in terms of your trading, okay, and that is what works. Let me actually show you a couple of examples here. Is everybody okay? Is everybody okay? By the way, you do not have to worry about the account size. You do not have to worry about account size because I can show you how to do this in a $2,000 account. I already saw the question coming in there. Because multiple people, okay, people like, how come you have $39,000 in buying power reduction? I don't. It just makes it easier for me to show you this example, right? Let's close that up for a second, okay? Is everybody okay at this point? Because I'm going to show you again, because what a lot of people, they like to do, let me show you what other people do. If you want to sell something worth $1 with 7 days to go, okay, they're going to be selling something practically on top of the marketplace. Look, you're going to be selling the 389s. Can this market get you? Okay, the 389s, please. News happens overnight, bam, like a freight train, the market's coming after you. There's just no chance. There's no chance of survival if you want to collect your dollar. And you're going to sweat to make that dollar. But people go, well, I'm not gonna, what, you're gonna sell these out here, the 395s? You're gonna sell these 395s, what, collect 27 cents? No, you're out of your mind. So you go 31 days out. 31 days out, it's even worse. You go 31 days out, you go, I want to collect a dollar. Great, you're at the 409s. 409s, okay? Look, that's only like that, it's less than $20 out of the money. Can the market move 20 points? Yes, in one freaking day. It can move up 20 or 30 points, down 20 or 30 points. And what are you? You're dead. Okay, that's it. I mean, here, look, overnight we were trading, well, we were trading here, and then we were trading here, and then we reversed down to here, but you puked there, there, and there. Okay, it just, listen, it's insane. You cannot sell short-dated options. What people don't realize, right, and I'm going to show you some of the edges in here. You want to see some of the edge in the marketplace? When you sell short-dated options, look, follow the mouse, follow the hand, okay? Look, you're selling really, really light implied volatility. This is garbage, 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 garbage. Okay, when I'm out here, 87 days out, okay, you want to learn something interesting? 87 days out, I'm selling some serious juice. People go, there's not much difference between 24 and 23. Oh, yes, there is. There's a huge difference between 24 and 23. When you start opening up the option chain, you look at something called implied vol. Oh, look at this, okay? Look how meaty some of these options are. 30% implied volatility. Do you have that in short-dated options? Do you? Okay. Do you have 30 and 40% implied volatility on options that are trading near $1? Not even close. Okay. Not even close. I'm going out 87 days because, well, it's the right thing to do, right? The marketplace affords you the ability, and the marketplace, it's really hard right now. And I express this to you. It's really hard. Like, can you lose money in here? Yes. And I'm going to show you how to mitigate risk, but it's really hard to get damaged badly when you're this far away from the market. I'm 60 points away. Can the market get back up to 440? And I'm being realistic. Can the market get back up to 440? That's right there. The answer is yes. They don't give you free money in this business for nothing. But for it to get to 440, it'd be like the little stair climber. I mean, it's going to take, you can see that thing coming from a mile away, but it's okay. We're still going to mitigate risk. We're still going to mitigate risk. Now, can you do it in something other than the spiders? Of course. Let's go to the Qs. So I'm using major, what we term ETFs, and I'm going to go 87 days out in the Qs. So let's go 87 days out in Qs and use a similar example. Oh, look at it, it's trading at $1. So this is the 322s. So if I sold the 322s right now, all right, they're 87 days out. Those are also the March 17s, and this is the QQQ, okay? We're going to sell 322 calls. They're going to be trading for exactly $1 credit. What will they be trading for? Exactly 28 days. In 28 days, what have they won? Ooh, where's the 322, 322, 322? Oh, it's exactly 60%. Okay, I'll buy them back from the neighborhood of probably about, I'm gonna buy them back for 40, 42 cents. Anyway, it's approximately 60%. Greater than 60% is usually what you're at. It's usually, I average to 1 month. Most of the time held is about 1 month. Are we okay? Are we getting someplace over here? Because one of the most important things, again, I reiterate to each and every one of you, is you want to focus, like, it's about the options that you're trading. It's not about what you think. It's not about what you know, because quite frankly, you don't know anything, okay? And you shouldn't think anything. The other thing you should know is that the puts are trading for twice as much as calls, okay? And we're going to show you, though, how to do this, all right? And we're going to show you how to do it with what? Options further out in time to make money consistently every 30 days, right? We're going to keep you away from getting crushed, though, in big moves, because what happens to people doing this, and this is where people go, are you selling naked options? And the answer is, yeah, in that first example, I am, but we're not going to leave you naked, all right? So in the example, what I want you to understand, high probability, incredibly high probability, okay? But we still have to curb the risk, all right? We still have to do something to mitigate risk. Why? Because what people will experience inevitably is what we term 90% probability and the 10% hammer, because 90% sounds great. By the way, one of the things I didn't even mention, if you look at the strategy that I did on the onset here and went over back to the spiders, he goes to the spiders. He's opened up the 87-day options and he pulls up what's called probability out of the money. This is probability OTM. By the way, these are the calculations, okay? And I help build these things. Look, the trade that I brought up has a 94% probability, 94% probability of expiring what? Out of the money. People go, are those probabilities accurate? They are, because probability is based on option price, right? So great. But 90% sounds great. But what's going to happen to the other, 5 or 10% of the time? And the market just goes, rips your face off. When high probability trading strategies, okay, work, they're wonderful. When high probability trading strategies are wrong, okay, you get hammered. And what a lot of people do in this business, all right, and this is, look, how many people here, and I'm serious about this, how many people here have ever traded a strategy called an iron condor? Iron condor. Come on, people. Y for yes, N for no. Okay. Y for yes, N for no. The iron condor, the mighty iron condor. For those of you that have absolutely no idea what an iron condor is, let me show you exactly what an iron condor is. An iron condor is going to look like this. Okay. Here's the stock, and the stock, let's say, is trading at 100. You're going to go out here, okay, and you're going to sell calls. Then you're going to go out here and you're going to buy calls. Then you're going to go out here and you're going to sell puts. Then you're going to go out here and you're going to buy puts. And the only thing bad that can happen to you is a big move. This is what they call market neutrality. So if we stay inside the lines, as long as you stay inside the lines, you're going to be good. Okay. And the marketplace, hey, it's nice to you. In an iron condor, you went out and you took a class. A lot of people took classes. All right. How many people here have taken a class to learn an iron condor? And you go out and you take that class and you pay $500, 500 hard-earned dollars to learn the iron condor. And the very first trade you do is in the spiders. And in the spiders, you do a one lot. You go, Captain One Lot rides again. You do a one lot in the spiders. And lo and behold, in the very first month, this trade is good for 1 month. You make money. The very next month, on month number 2, you do it in the spiders again. But in the spiders, in the second time, okay, you do 5 contracts. And guess what? You make money in month number 2. Month number 3, you go, you're all puffed up. You're like, I've made money the last, 2 months. I'm infallible. Nobody ever thought to themselves, hey, the strategy actually has like a 95% probability of success. So on month number 3, you go into SPX, and SPX, you do 1 contract. For those of you who do not know the SPX is exactly 10 times the size of the spiders. So 2 months ago, you were Captain One Lot running around with a cape. Month number 2, you're Captain 5 Lot. By month number 3, you're trading the SPX, which is the mother of all products, the widow maker. So on month number 3, guess what? You make money. You're like, holy crap, I'm going to be the next Buffett. So on month number 4, what do? You go out into the SPX and you do a 10 lot, and the market goes, we got one. All of a sudden, the market actually makes a huge move. You get slammed and you end up losing over 50% of your account. I've seen it so many times. It's absolutely ridiculous. Nobody should have ever been trading that big. It's total train wreck. The market's so evil. It's like, come on, a little more contract size, little more. So not only do you end up losing, okay, all the profitability from the previous 3 trades, then you lose 50% of your account on top of it. It's a train wreck. The losses exceed the gains in the previous, 3 trades. And I say it's like I can see your account because for 15 years I could. Okay, how many people have actually learned that little monkey, the lesson the hard way? It's exciting. It's new, and it's not good. And then after you do this, you go, oh, I got crushed. But you paid your $500 for the class. And in paying $500 for a class, okay, you were like, it worked. It worked the first 3 times. It's my fault. I got greedy, okay? It's not you, it's me. You're damn right it's you, okay? But I'll tell you right now, then you go to another class, and in the other class, they say, pay another $500, and you go, I can fix it. I know I can fix it. Listen to me, fix is a very dirty word in this business. I hate it. 15 years in the brokerage business, I'm a total cynic. I'm a total cynic on fixing good trades gone bad. People go, it's not averaging down. It's not throwing more good money into an already losing trade. I go, what is it then? They go, it's morphing. I go, so if you take a car and drive it off a cliff and then bring it to a body shop, what are they going to tell you? They go, that's a piece of crap, total it. That's the same thing I'm going to tell you about your trades. Anytime you're fixing a trade, you're adding more risk to an already losing trade. When you fix trades, okay, you have a shovel and you're just digging yourself in because there's absolutely and unequivocally no way to fix a trade without adding more risk. cannot fix a trade without adding more risk and racking up more transaction costs. Yes, some fixes may work, but the very notion of fixing a trade, okay, just pours more capital down a really, really ugly hole. Throw it out like yesterday's trash. You have got to learn to do this the right way. You got to learn to actually, from the get-go and conceptually, to build trades, okay, the right way. That's exactly what we were going to bring you to right now. So we're going to teach you to sell options premium. But before I go any further in here, I want you to understand what selling options premium really kind of amounts to, right? Selling options premium is an inventory management business. Like if you had, and it could be, I'm looking around like my desk for like items over here, okay? This is a strange item to have on your desk. Damn it, okay? Strange item to have on your desk, okay? But if you had a wrench, okay, this is a wrench. I keep wrenches on my desk. There was an incident the other day. There's tools flying everywhere. If you had a wrench, okay, and you had to like basically you sold these things for a living, what would be the key to selling this wrench for a living? And I'm dead serious about this, okay? If you were going to sell a wrench for a living, what would be the key to doing so? All right, you got to run inventory. You got to run inventory. You got to get through. All right. I'm sorry, but one of the best comments ever just came in here. I have to actually look away because it absolutely cracks up. It's one of my favorite scenes in a movie. Okay. All right. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Anyway, it would be inventory management. Inventory management. You got to actually run through as many of those wrenches as you possibly can to make money. You know, you can't sell 5 wrenches a year and be like, yeah, man, that really worked. Okay. That's not the name of the game. The name of the game is to actually run through inventory management. The exact same theory is going to be relative in trading. You have to think of yourself almost as like an Amazon of the market. Okay. There is a need for the wrench. I have 6 monitors around me, 6 of them, okay? And it takes a wrench to crank them back down. So there was an incident where I had a sit-stand desk raised up, it yanked one of the monitor cables, things went flying everywhere, okay? Anyway, if you take a look at this, when I say it's inventory management, let's discuss this, okay, in terms of spiders. So the spiders right now, and you can see spiders are trading at 380. Let's just call it 380 because that's really where they are. So the SPY right now, here it is, okay? SPY is at 380. My intention here is to sell, okay? What did we sell earlier? 439 call, collect $1. And maybe the market rallies a little bit more. We end up selling, for instance, okay? The 450 call, eventually collect $1 on that one. Then sooner or later, okay, you might be selling, for instance, the 460 call. All right, then down here, okay, turn around, for instance, and sell 300 put. By the way, the puts you cost or should collect double, right? We may have actually sold, all right, a 310 put, collect $2 on that, turn around and sell 290 put, collect $2. Timeout. That's inventory. Now, please don't get flustered by looking at this. All I'm basically doing is scattering inventory. Why? Because I do not want all my eggs in the one wrench basket. It's an inventory management business, okay? And if this is going to be your business, you don't go out there and go like, I bought the stock Tesla because I want to make money, okay? I bought the wrench because I want to make money. It sounds absolutely ridiculous when I bring up a wrench, doesn't it? It sounds absolutely ridiculous. I bought the wrench because I want to make money. Inventory management business. It's always been an inventory management business. Okay. It's all misconstrued by the retail clients. The retail clients like, I just got to find something to make money in. Just want to find something that goes up. Okay. I disagree. I want to find something that goes down. I want to turn around. I want to sell those things. Okay. And hopefully they make, 50, 60%. I can get out and get on with my life. That's it. That's what this business is. Okay. So the key over here, and again, do not even concern yourself with, because people are in here again talking about margin. Did I tell you I'm going to talk about margin in a second? So bear with me. You go out there into the spiders. and you sell some calls and you sell some puts, and then you just got to manage some of the risk in between. But as I say, with an inventory management business, you got to get through. So the moment you make money on these, you close them, open something new. The moment you make money down here, you close them, open something new. You just want to keep burning through inventory, because the more inventory that you burn through, the more money you're presently going to make on the year. Does it sound like a lot of work? It's not. It's really not. Like, how long does it take me to sell an option? I literally go onto a trading application, click, fire, done. That's it. You'll zero in exactly what option you should sell. But here's the key point. Okay. The key point is this. You cannot just operate in a business, okay, without some form of risk mitigation. Is that true, though, in almost any business? If you guys went out there and you opened up pretty much any business you can dream of, you're going to have business licenses. You're going to have umpteen, insurance policies, okay, and UI insurance. It's unemployment insurance. It doesn't even matter if you're, a contractor or not. There's everything out there, okay? You do not have that kind of overhead in this business. But what you do have to do is you have to learn how to hedge. Okay. Why? One of the problems that you are going to focus on, and you should focus on, is one day the market's not going to open here, is it? One day the market's going to come slamming down. And when it comes down, it's going to bring volatility with it. Okay. It is like literally a volcano erupting, all right, all over you. It is horrific. When you wake up, and you've sold options like this, and you wake up and the market gets slammed, you must understand this is the reality of the business. Okay. Now, does the marketplace get absolutely crushed frequently? No. This entire year, the S&Ps are going to be down about 20% in the year. That's today, based on today. But if the marketplace finishes down 20%, there's been some fairly precipitous declines on a day-to-day basis, but nothing that you couldn't handle. The thing is, though, you have to have a risk reduction plan. You have to have a risk reduction plan. Okay. What are we going to do? This is where we say enter the hedges. Okay. You can't operate without a hedge. You can't operate without some type of insurance policy, because if you do, listen to me, I can't tell you, maybe the Fed turns around, maybe they do turn around this next year and they say, it's okay, we were just kidding. Okay. And all of a sudden the market explodes to the upside. Okay. You'll get crushed on those things. The name of the game over here is inventory management. Burn through as much inventory as humanly possible, okay? But you're going to have to mitigate risk with some hedge. You're going to have to reduce risk. And hedging, for those of you that have never heard of hedging before, let me explain hedging in its most, common terminology. Hedging to me, and I'll give you an analogy for it. Hedging to me is like a sacrificial lamb. Most of the year, okay, I live on an island, and I always think about this like in the island, I buy a lamb and I must throw the lamb into the volcano. Okay, the island we live on does not have a volcano, but you get the picture. Anyway, so most of the year, you think about this in terms of you have to purchase the sacrificial lamb. That's what a hedge is. Do I have to use a hedge? No. Do I want to use a hedge? No. Do I need to use a hedge? Yes, sometimes I do. Okay. Does hedging cut into some of the profitability? Yeah, but you can't operate without it. You can't operate a vehicle without insurance. Why do you think you can operate inside of the stock market without a hedge? Some people do not like to be defensive. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Okay. If you don't like to be defensive, I apologize. Okay. I just filled on that call. Okay. If you don't like to be defensive, I apologize, but this is not the business for you. Because if you don't think that you need some degree of defense, okay, you're already dead. Markets are going to give you nothing for free, absolutely nothing. You have to mitigate risk. You have to use hedges when you're wrong, and it's critical. Now, okay, I'm going to actually show you the full Monty over here. The full Monty over here, which is critical. And then I'm going to show you how you can do this with very, very limited capital. Does that sound reasonable? Okay. Once again, we're going to use, all right, the spiders. All right, we're going to use the spiders in here. The reason I'm going to use the spiders, and I want to show you real examples. When I say real examples, like we were showing calls, okay? We'll include some puts in here too, right? So look at this. The puts that I'd be selling are way out here. Anyway, spiders are trading right at 381. And what we're going to do, okay, is first and foremost, before I've even considered selling options premium, again, you know that the SPY is sitting at, let's roughly put it, 380. Do I own the spiders? No. Do I want to own the spiders? No. Do I have to own the spiders? No. I'm just going to sell options. But before I even sell options, we have to come in here and we must hedge. okay? There's three predominant hedges that we use. Three predominant hedges that we use. One of them, okay, is called a risk twist, okay, spread. The other one, okay, is known as a VIX vol spread. And the last one is a gamma iron, okay? There are three, okay, independent hedges that we often use. There's one, there's two, there's three. There's three different hedges that we often use to mitigate exposure. Today, I'm actually going to explain it with a VIX vol spread because I believe that the VIX vol spread is inevitably the easiest way to explain it. A VIX volatility spread, what we're going to do is we're going to place a very, very minuscule trade right here on VIX. Okay, this is a VIX vol spread. Now, those of you that are even very, very rudimentary in this business probably know this. Like if you're brand new to the business, this is great, okay? When the market goes down, where does the VIX go, right? When the market goes down, where does the VIX go? Anybody? Up. S&Ps go down and go down quickly. The faster they go down, the harder they go down, the more the VIX will actually go up. So if you had a very inexpensive trade on VIX and knew exactly how many contracts to buy on VIX, if the market tanked, wouldn't the VIX would explode? VIX vol spreads are incredibly sensitive to what? This is your hedging device. That's the first hedging device I'm going to teach. So we're going to go out and we're going to build our inventory now. Okay, we're going to sell, okay, the 439 call. We're going to collect like $1. We're going to sell, for instance, the 450 call, put that at about $1. We're going to sell, for instance, the 460 call, maybe collect $1. And again, I'm not selling this all in one day. I'm assuming the market's up, it's down. Okay, then we're going to come out here. We're going to sell, for instance, the 315 puts. For instance, collect $2, probably turn around and sell 300 puts, collect $2, maybe even sell 290 puts, you know, over time, collect like $1.50. What am I trying to make in the inventory? I'm trying to make in the inventory maybe 50%. What am I really trying to do in the inventory? Don't get killed. Most of the time, you're not going to need the hedge. But when you do need the hedge, okay, you better seriously, you'll thank me that it's there, because they're going to tell you right now exactly how this marketplace is going to play out. You're going to make money month after month after month after month on these strategies. Eventually, you're going to wake up one morning and all hell is going to break loose. And I'm sorry to be so literal about it, but I'm sorry, that's how it's going to happen. One day, all hell is going to break loose. And I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. Okay, you're going to wake up and that marketplace is going to come down hard. It's going to come down fast. And guess what? Your little VIX spread, boom, it's like an umbrella. It's absolutely going to explode. And by exploding in price, it actually envelops like a little umbrella and reduces risk of anything you've sold out here. Is it a one-to-one? Does it save you every single dollar? No, hedges never do. Even when you go out there and you buy an insurance policy, okay, and then you crash a car, did you lose a little bit on the car? You did, but I'll tell you what, kept you in business because you just like totaled, you know, $100,000 car. But guess what? It only cost you what? Maybe $2,000 after the deductibles and everything. Maybe $2,000. It's nothing. It's negligible. You cannot operate without the hedge. Then you go, what about the upside? We have a strategy called the gamma iron. If the market explodes higher, you actually have to make money in the gamma iron before you could actually take losses here. When do you put hedges on? You always have hedges on. When do I need hedges? You always need hedges. You can't drive a car without some type of insurance, which is frustrating to some. But guess what? It's not to the masses. To operate in this business, you must hedge. This is selling options premium. Okay, this is really what it's about. The inventory, it's so easy. And I know that the first time, listen to me, the first time people see this, they go, oh, it looks like a lot of positions and stuff. It's not bad. It's not that bad. And when it does break down to, and when you're good at this, and I know there's drawing all over here, when you're good at this though, it just looks like this. There's a couple of positions here, a few positions here in the ZB, a few positions in the spider, and a partridge in a pear tree. Like listen, man, this is not that bad. This is not that bad. A couple of positions here, a couple of positions here. What do? I make money. That's the key to this. I make money. Everybody good? Now, to further reduce this, and this is where I say anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. If you want to do this and you want to do this with a low margin, how many people here want to do this with extraordinarily low margin? Okay, because I don't mind saying I have a lot of capital in this account over here on thinkorswim. Okay, I have a lot of capital over in the thinkorswim account. I've got like 350 grand in the thinkorswim account. I don't have this over in one of the Tasty accounts. It's a rather small account, but I can come right in here, right? And I don't mind showing you guys this. I'm going to come right in here, I'm going to clear everything, and I'm going to type in /MES. Now, I want you guys to understand something. The account that I'm about to go into, okay, is an IRA account. This is an IRA account. In my IRA, I can do this. I just go out 87 days, find the right option over here. How do I find the right option? I will tell you what the right option is, okay? I'm right here. How this works. 440s. Watch. If I were to route this at 10 bucks, when I hit review and send, this is in a SEP IRA. And I'm telling you right now, you can't look. It's in an IRA. I can sell a naked call in my IRA, right? So people ask, do I prefer Tasty? Look, Tasty, you can do stuff that you can't do in any other firm. I can sell something naked. The margin in here, okay? The margin in here is negligible. It'll only tie up $1,000 of margin. Anybody can do this in any size account. This is in an IRA. You can also do this if you had $2,000. I want to make this very, very clear. If you had $2,000, okay, in a regular margin account, it's not going to tie up $1,100. It would only tie up $600 in a margin account. You can actually sell the premium naked in there, all right? And then you can go out and hedge. You can do this in any size account. You just have to know which products to actually trade. So these products, it's critically important. I'm serious about this. It's critically important to know what products to be able to trade. Listen, people, this is what you need to learn. Like this is what people need to learn. And you just have to be willing, okay, to take some of the time to learn effectively how to do it. I mean, again, the first time you see this, you're like, oh, so what? I have 6 positions on plus a hedge. You don't even have to have 6 positions on. You can have 2 positions on plus a hedge. It's called an inflection point spread. Any size is good. You do not have to go out there and sell naked. Okay, but this is why you want to sell premium. Selling premium can be done in a small account. You have to have $5,000 in an IRA, right? That's the only rule. You have to have $5,000 in an IRA. You can do this with $2 grand though. $2 grand inside of a marginable account produces positive theta decay. You can actually use this strategy against stock. So if you do own stock, we can teach you how to sell additional premium, not like covered calls, but we can teach you to sell premium against existing positions. This strategy provides an incredibly high probability of success. You never need to buy or sell the stock because buying or selling stock right now is high risk and you could be wrong on market direction. You haven't seen me sit here with no MACDs and no Fibonacci's and no Bollinger Bands. I'm just telling you right now, you need this in your life, okay? If there's one thing that I stress to each and every one of you, okay? I'm not gonna stress to you I have every answer, none of this, okay? This is what works right now. Selling premium, mitigating risk, selling premium, mitigating risk, okay? And yeah, there's little tweaks and little changes that come over time, but you need this in your life because the one reality, okay, of the next few years is volatility. That's the only reality of the next few years is volatility. And listen, maybe we haven't even seen, but maybe the beginning of some of the volatility. Most of the interest rate hikes haven't even really gripped hold to the economy yet. You need this in your life. Okay, selling premium could potentially bring in consistent returns while minimizing the risk. You want to learn to do this, we're going to discuss criteria. We're going to discuss criteria because what makes this trade, what makes Ultima work, what makes Ultima tick? Obviously, you've learned that you want to be a few months out in time, right? Okay, but what really makes it tick? And the answer to that is criteria. Before I jump into criteria, I'm going to show you a couple of live trading examples. Listen to me. Everything that we do here at TheoTrade, as I said to you guys as you hopped on today, we're completely no holds barred. Every trade, every P&L, okay? If I'm having a crappy year, I want you to know about it. All right? There's no, listen, if I have a crappy year, I want you to know about it. You can see every single trade that I've done. This is all the securities that I've actually traded. So this is every single product that I've traded, okay? What I've made, what I've lost, okay? For better, for worse, you can see it all. It's again, completely this is no holds barred approach. Because if somebody doesn't show you this, okay, there's a problem. There really is a problem if they don't show you every nuance of every single account. And I like to show this stuff not because it's a good year, but hey, look, this is actually, as I said, in that Investors Business Daily article, and like it's like the best year I've had since the financial crisis. That's not a very popular thing to say. Best year I've had since the financial crisis. Okay, I had a really good year trading. That has nothing to do with me. My skill. Okay, volatility's up. Like, where have you been? The volatility is the greatest thing. People live for this stuff. You look at some of the firms have done this year and knocking it out of the park. Okay, down years, and like this is going to be volatile for a while. Again, that's the only reality, the only truth I can give you 100% in this marketplace. We're going to be volatile for a long time. Listen, variations of all of the following trades. I'm going to show you my portfolio for the next, or I should say, I'm going to show you my portfolio for 18 months. Starting in 2021, I'm going to show you all of 2021 and into 2022. Okay. All of the trades that I'm going to show you can be done with as little as $2,000 in a funded brokerage account. And all of the trades can be done inside of a retirement account. These, okay, are what we call trade alerts. The trades that I'm showing you, okay, are not just trades that I did. These are trades that I did, okay, live, okay, and then text and put them into portfolios. So we actually text trades out, okay? We build portfolios for our clientele so that we literally not only show you how to do trades. There's a lot of education firms that show you how to do a lot of trades, but we shoot you the trades out. It's part of what we are here at TheoTrade. So these are trade alerts. This is a Tesla short call, and this is starting in 2021. I just wanted to show you how it works. So by the way, this screenshot is taken from thinkorswim. Look, is the exact date and time of the trade, the exact date and time of the trade. This is to open, to close. It's Tesla, it's Tesla. It's a call, it's a call. It's the opening price, the closing price, and the total return, right? I'm just going to run through very briefly 18 months of trades. So as I actually show you, I'll trade some equities, but a lot of this is bonds. So I trade like some bonds in here. It's another bond short put. Okay, 57% return, 53%, 62%. This is IWM, Tesla, spiders. Okay, and as I scroll through here, spiders, QQQ, 50%, 64%. Okay, just scrolling through, 19% loss. Listen, it happens. Okay, 54%, 52%. And this is every position, okay, that I've placed inside of what we term our Ultima portfolio. So I'm still in March. Now we're actually bridging our way into April. And I'll scroll through here very, very quickly. Yeah, look, Mo, 53%. Okay, but in terms of consistency, look at the percentage returns. Now, as I actually scroll forward, I start with pretty simple open, close, open, close, open, close, but then I actually build into a little bit more complexity as we go through time. Once clientele are comfortable with this, we move into the ES. What's the ES? It's the ES options on futures. This is 5 times the size of the spiders. So a moment ago, you're seeing SPY trades. Then we jump into the ES. Why do we do that? The spider is capped in one lot. It's very, very small. When you're comfortable and you've traded for 6 months profitably, jump into the ES. Okay. So now we're in the ES and producing the same returns there. Okay. And again, once you're comfortable there, we'll start to actually bridge the gap, okay, into Christmas tree trades. Yeah, no, this is nowhere near Christmas. It's Christmas in June, but a Christmas tree trade is a ratio-based trade. It was done for a $21 credit, closed for a $3 debit. Okay, back over here. All right, again, just scrolling through and some of the returns. We're through almost all of 2021. Another Christmas tree spread open for a $22 credit, 92% return in here. Okay. And this is every trade that I've done. Now we're all the way into 2022. We're into this year, Christmas tree spread early in the year. Look at this, $3,953 profit on 1 unit. Okay, 1 unit of the trade. So I scroll through, okay. Fantastic, all right. Another Christmas tree trade here done earlier in the year. Now, again, I'm just showing you about 18 months, again, about 18 months of results. So what happened after 18 months of results? Okay, I figured 18 months, you guys kind of got the picture. I'm going to show you something, right? If you want to see the most up-to-date, all you have to do is come over here to portfolios, right? In these portfolios, you just come to Ultima TheoTheta. And the Ultima TheoTheta, apparently I am logged out again, okay? I'm logged out. So I do apologize as I am logged out, but I'm actually going to show you this. I'm logging back in right now, okay? He's in. So as I log back in, come over here to Ultima TheoTheta. And in this particular portfolio, you can see everything I've done. All my open trades, okay? This is everything to open, to open, to open, to open, everything that's closed. And then there's an entire closed portfolio. We let you see everything I do. And we can even text out to you every one of these trades, which we do. We do text, we do push notification, but this is the Ultima TheoTrade portfolio. Okay, and you can see the contract size I trade, everything. Most of the time, I'm just one lot, one lot, one lot, one lot. These are actually relatively small trades. These are not going to tie up tremendous amounts of margin because I'm using options and futures, which just don't tie up a lot of margin. Listen, if you don't have a lot of time, okay, it's not a big deal. These are using set it and forget it. Okay, even a fraction of your time is enough to see results. Okay, the one thing that I stress to you, right? You got to learn a skill set that's going to last you a lifetime. You got to do something in the midst of volatility over here, but selling premium is as hands off as it gets. And again, you can use what we term GTC, good till canceled orders, to even buy back the options that you sold. Okay, it's a skill set again that'll last you a lifetime. If you're working from home, it's great, right? I mean, that's exactly what I'm saying over here. Look, what our members are doing year to date. This, okay, fairly recent. Thank you, sir. Scored 300% on one of those flies today. TheoTrade is bar none the best education platforms on trading I've come across in a long time. Keep up the good work. This one comes from Thomas, okay, up 80K since January 1st of 2022, all right? Characteristics of selling Ultima Premium. Listen, the attributes of what I'm showing you are undeniable. You never have to buy or sell the stock. Risk is limited to precisely your comfort level. So those hedges, we actually teach you a variety of different hedges. You can actually dial in risk. Okay, you never use a stop order. We will never use a stop order here. The probability of profitability is high. This is the perfect strategy to enhance one's stocks portfolio. And it's an excellent tool for those seeking returns to build, okay, an account. On top of it, new products, as I showed you a moment ago, allow for the sale of options in nearly any account size. And I always stress that to people. And you do have to learn to build a portfolio of options. Do not let the options portion of this intimidate you. Listen, selling premium can be done initially for very minimal credits and minimal risk. Like, I want everybody to understand, if you've been beaten up in this marketplace, there's hesitation, okay? I understand that there's hesitation. I understand that people are very fearful of volatility, okay? But you can start extraordinarily small, okay? $2,000 in an account. I don't care if you have $2 million in your account. You can start incredibly small, build up the confidence, okay? But the sale of premium, you have to understand this is a massive power saw. Used correctly, extremely effective, okay, in gains. And I always say this, like options, and I said this to begin with, options are the quickest, the fastest, the safest, the easiest way to get where you want to go in this business. But if you don't use them correctly, you're going to lop off a couple of fingers. Listen, you can sell Ultima Premium and you can minimize risk, even if you don't know anything about options. By the way, if you know nothing about options, I have no problem in showing you this, right? I was showing you on our site a moment ago. In here, we have a start here menu, okay? What do we do with the start here menu? Get you completely ramped up. Options 101, options 201, options 301, okay? Order execution, preparing for your trading day, right? Again, we literally built like the Netflix for traders. So do not let the options portion of this intimidate you. We'll get you ramped up. You need these strategies for the foreseeable market future. We can show you how, and we can show you when to sell option premium in a matter of a few hours. But what we do here at TheoTrade is we create detailed recipes, okay, for every strategy, of course, including selling premium. And when I talk about like detailed recipes, is baking a cake, you're going to use a recipe. Trading, you're going to have a recipe. I mean, literally step 1, step 2, step 3, and I'm going to show you precisely, okay, what that means. You have to be prepared for every variable that this marketplace can throw you, right? This is what you're going to need to know to successfully sell Ultima Premium for a living. So bear with me. So when I say this is what you need to know, this is what criteria answers, right? What underlyings, stocks or indices make the best Ultima selling candidates? Okay, if you're going to go out and you're going to sell premium, you're going to do Ultima. What makes some of the best candidates? Now, you saw me trade spiders. You saw me trade ES. You saw me trade bonds. What else? Okay, I mean, I can go on all day about this, but it's critical because some people go, I'm going to trade me some GameStop. All right. You can't do that. Right. And I say you can't do that. You can do whatever you want, but you're not going to do it successfully because you have to know exactly what volatility to seek out. And it's interesting because people are drawn like moth to flame to really high volatility underlyings. Too much volatility, you're dead. Too little volatility, you're dead. Like you will not see me ever sell premium on something like Walmart. Walmart's a no-no. Premium is too low. Okay, you can't do it. Volatility, okay, has to be just beautiful inside of a sweet spot, right? So you got to know what underlying, but what underlying is largely predicated on what volatility. After you know the underlying, after you know the volatility, you got to know what options expiration to select. Options expiration, what do you mean by that? Like, let's look at the SPX. I want to give you an example here. Look at the SPX. Do you know that there's now daily expirations? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at this. There's 5 expirations every week. Which expiration cycle do you select? Do I go out 87 days, 86 days, 70 days, 59 days, okay, 101 days, 121 days, set HUD hike? If 87 days is good, maybe 122 days is better. We're going to dial in exactly what expirations you should do. You have to dial that in precisely. You can't be off more than a few days. You got to have the expiration correct. What should be the delta of the option I sell? Delta and probability, okay, are very, very similar. So when you go into an options chain, like we went into the spiders, right? When you go into that option chain and you go 87 days out, and I scroll over here, you'll notice I have delta open, okay? Oh, what should be the delta? Okay, I don't know. There's a lot of delta, and the delta on the calls and the delta on the puts differs. Why? Because delta assigns the probability in the trade. Then what options do I buy against my position? By the way, I'll give you all the criteria, but you have to learn the hedges. You have to learn the hedges. You must understand that this business is about, okay, using the sacrificial lamb. You got to have a hedge, because if you don't have a hedge, and it's not about, you can't have too much hedge or too little hedge. Too much hedge costs you too much. It's not even worth being in business. Too little hedge doesn't give you enough risk reduction. The hedge has got to be dialed in. Got to buy those options against the position. How do I build a position? You go, what do you mean? How do you build a position? Well, I go out here and I sell some crap here and I sell some crap here and I put some hedges on here. You got to know, though, the numbers. You got to know exactly how to build a position. How many contracts here to how many contracts there? That stuff matters, right? Okay. Do I need a large amount of capital in my account to do this? No. I like to cover this because this has changed. One of the reasons that I've been talking about Ultima so much over the last 2 years, okay, you could not do this 5 years ago. Couldn't be done. Why? They didn't have the products. Nobody would let you trade these things either inside of your account. Okay, meaning when I say nobody, they changed the rules during COVID and they didn't tell anybody. And most brokerage firms, they don't care. Most brokerage firms go, I ain't never changing the rules. Okay, I'll never change the rules because they don't care. They want to restrict what you can do. All they want is your money in their account. That's it. Okay, it's not your money in your account. It's your money in their account. I spent 15 years in the brokerage business, so I say the buck stops here. You got to find a brokerage firm that actually gives a crap about clients. You got to find a brokerage firm that'll let you do what you want to do, how you want to do it. And under the guidance, okay, of individuals that know what they're doing, it works. You don't need a large amount of capital to do this. We actually have what we call a Theo small portfolio. Write it down. Theo, meaning TheoTrade. It's a TheoTrade small portfolio. In fact, I don't even mind showing it. Okay. As I said, like we're totally, completely full Monty over here. When you look at portfolios, you can go into the Ultima Theo Theta small portfolio. And I say write it down because people will forget. They'll forget. Look, it shows you all the opened orders, all the closed orders. Guess what? I closed every single position in this inventory profitably. Every single position. The last position was opened over here on 12/13. Guess what? Look down here, 12/15. It's closed. It's a home run. All right, we set up beautifully for CPI and the Fed. Every single position came off and came off profitably. Home run. What is the right amount of risk for me? I don't care whether you have a $2,000 account or a $2 million account. We can actually help you dial in the right amount of risk. What are the percentage returns supposed to be? Guess what? 50%. You're going to be making 50%. How do I protect myself from market crashes, hedges, VIX volatility spreads, risk twist spreads, gamma irons? You're going to learn what's called the inflection point spread, the IPS. okay? Let me show you exactly what we do here at TheoTrade. TheoTrade creates recipes in trading. Trading's always answering like the what ifs. When I say trading's answering the what ifs, what might be a good stock or ETF candidate to sell premium? What's the correct options expiration cycle? How much capital do I commit to generating premium? Like if you have a $50,000 account, how much of the $50,000 account do you generate selling premium? Okay, what's the options do I sell? What options do I buy? How can I limit my risk? Okay, TheoTrade has the answers. We build recipes with definitive criteria, checklists for each strategy and each unique variable that you're going to encounter. The way that I always like to preface the discussion of criteria, okay, and checklists with this. If you were a pilot, got into a Boeing 737. No one gets into a Boeing 737. They hop into the seat and they go, let's go, throttle up and take off. Everything that a pilot's going to do, okay, prior to actually like moving that aircraft has to deal with a pre-flight checklist. That's exactly what our criteria is based on. It's exactly what our checklist, the whole logic is you have to have the variables, okay, in line. Once the variables are in line, and it's quick, we even built like a Cliff Note version of this. So it's just quick, check, right down the list. But once you actually execute the trade, by the way, in the checklist, it even tells you how to execute the trade. But once you actually execute upon that checklist, then you're actually flying the plane. Like you've actually got positions on. What if the market goes up? What if the market goes down? Okay. What if volatility explodes? What if we're coming to expiration? What happens if it's triple witching with dividends coming in? Oh my! We'll actually cover each unique variable you're going to encounter. Market goes up, market goes down, market crashes. We have it covered. Dividends are coming. Okay. Which expiration should I avoid over here? TheoTrade is the answer to the questions. We'll give you the right probability. How many option contracts for the account size? When do I close the premium sale? What if we sell off big? Do I bail out of a trade? What if we rally massively? Can I fix losing positions? We will give you how. We will give you when. We'll give you why. We'll give you at what price. And I'm telling you right now, that people, it's just the beginning of the variables that you're going to face, okay, while selling Ultima options for a living. Listen, you can read like all about selling Ultima premium. Listen, you could probably Google right now. You can go and Google selling options premium. 10,000 pages are going to show up. Maybe even know how to build, okay, a couple of trades. That's not what we're about. What we're about, okay, is the recipe for success. You need TheoTrade's recipe for success. 20 plus years of trading experience. That's just me. TheoTrade has 7 other, okay, full-time instructors in the bench. We had access to client order flow for 15 years. We viewed and studied millions of trading accounts. Ran education, okay, for over 15 years at both thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade. And at the time, we had the largest options order flow in the industry. This is where the criteria comes from. Criteria is the recipe for success. The following strategy and the corresponding criteria, okay, to Ultima requires the utmost attention to detail. We spent literally years to fine tune Ultima. We spent years, okay, building out that criteria. And when you get into the section on criteria, you follow the steps to be able to build a trade. We built a full-blown 5-hour course on it. Before anybody freaks out, okay, the course, it's ready to go, right? It's not $500 today. And I crossed that out immediately because you need to understand what we are doing here at TheoTrade, okay, is a vast departure from anything else in the financial education space. And I want to explain that for a moment. Then I will explain to you, okay, what we offer in its entirety. Listen, the Ultima Generator course, I happen to be the trade instructor for Ultima. It is a 5-hour course. It is archived. Archived means it's ready to stream. It's available to stream immediately, 24/7 access. Download capability in TheoTrade Mobile. By the way, TheoTrade Mobile, okay, would work with Android or iOS. So whatever you got, okay, it'll work great for you. The class slide deck that includes all of the entry and exit criteria, it's available now, immediately for download. Now, before I go any further, okay, the one thing I want to describe to you regarding TheoTrade, as I said, first of all, we do not charge $500 for classes, okay? That's the first thing. At TheoTrade, we're an all-encompassing. We do not sell classes. I say we're all encompassing. Okay. Here at TheoTrade, right from the get-go, if you were to sign up today, and I'm just going to let you guys know what it is right off the bat. Here it is. Okay. It's $297. It's $297. Okay. That is for 90 days, right? Access. It's $297 or $297 for 90 days. The timeout, before I go any further, you need to understand, okay? That's not an introductory price. After 90 days, it's $297. What does it include? How about we give you a class, then okay, we will shoot you trades. All right, so let me make this a little bit easier to see. And I just want you guys to understand just a couple of brief notes on this, and that'll explain everything, okay, about TheoTrade. All right, we give you trade alerts. All right, number two, okay, a full-blown chat room. We broadcast for over 6 hours a day. So I'm just giving the onset. Over 6 hours a day in our chat room, you can communicate with over 6,000. There's 6,000 other TheoTrade clientele. Number three, okay, email access. To who? To me. Get email access. If you ever want to bounce a trade idea off of me, go for it. Okay. Want to know number four? All right. Number four, we give you access to everything we've done since we launched in 2016. Okay. What does that mean? There's over 128 classes. So right now, there's about 128 classes inside of the archive. There's 128 classes. Now, you came here specifically for Ultima. You get access to everything. You get access to tens of thousands of hours of archives. We literally built the Netflix for traders. So you get trade alerts, check. You get a chat room, get to interact with other instructors, check. You get email access, check. Okay. You get over 128 classes, check. You get indicators and scans, check. There is nothing that we do not provide you, okay, to have success here. Email me. If you're not, happy at any point, email us. If you need help, email us. If you want your money back, email us. Okay. You don't have to call us. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do a little dance, make a little love, get down. We do not charge $497 for it. It's $297. Okay. That's what we do here at TheoTrade. I'm going to explain it in its entirety. I'll also explain momentarily, okay, we give people a money back guarantee, and that's pretty critical. The one thing I'm going to say time and again, $297. We want people here that want to learn this business. We want people that want to be here. And there's a lot of people, okay, that, and I appreciate some of the feedback over here. All right. We want people that want to be here. And it's one of the big portions of our business. And that's why we say, we'll give you your money back if you're not happy, which I'll explain momentarily. So this is the Ultimate Income Generator course. This is everything that you're going to learn, okay, inside of a 5-hour course. And this is why people are predominantly coming here now. Now you get access to every other class that we have, but you're coming here to learn how to build a portfolio of high probability trades that generates consistent monthly returns, regardless of your starting capital or experience level. As I said to you guys earlier, we'll get you ramped up. Like as I said, I have no problem showing this. You click right here in the Start Here menu, you'll have access to this. There's nothing on TheoTrade that you will not have access to. Okay, there's nothing on TheoTrade. So we'll get you ramped up. You're going to get all the entry and exit criteria for selling options premium while keeping risk at a minimum. You're going to discover option Greeks and how you can manage everything through one clean, easy number. We're going to get into risk array, which is my favorite thing to talk about, okay, and visualize profits and losses before you get there, meaning you're never going to be confused about what you can make and what you can lose in any given day. You're going to learn how to properly allocate in a way that reduces risk. You're going to discover risk mitigation and minimization techniques, okay, to hedge even the most extreme environments, right? You've got to do that. Right? And then, of course, how to sell premium in small accounts or retirement account with innovative, okay, new trading vehicles that have never been available before. Listen, we're also giving you with this a brand new class that's inflection point spreads. This is the second portion to Ultima. This is dealing with extreme environments. It's an additional 3-hour class. The class slide deck also with the entry and exit criteria, okay, is available for immediate download. Look, learn to sell premium and hedge risk in one transaction. Create high probability positions that generate monthly returns regardless of account size. Discover, okay, how to hedge existing positions, even the most extreme environments. This stuff even works for existing positions, okay? You're going to learn detailed entry and exit criteria for inflection point spreads, learn how to analyze inflection point spreads so you're never caught off guard by risk, okay? And find how many inflection point spreads you can safely allocate, all right? It's all part of TheoTrade. So everything I've mentioned thus far, you get from the onset. In addition, TheoTrade is completely riskless trade. It's a 90-day money back guarantee, right? If at any point, and again, I want to reiterate this so that everybody is on par, okay? In the next 90 days, right? You pay $297. I want to make something clear. That is not, again, an introductory price. The other thing is, after, people always ask what happens after 90 days. If you want to do it again, you pay another $297. This is not a membership. This is not a reoccurring payment. And at any point in the next 90 days, if you're not happy, just ask for your money back. There's no excuses, no questions, no commentary needed. Just email us. Email us. If you're not comfortable, just email us, okay? You get your $297 back anytime in the next 90 days. All right. All you have to do right now is go to theotrade.com/SKU. Again, theotrade.com/SKU. In doing so, you can enroll right now for TheoTrade. It's $297. There's just no risk to you. And I want to show you, okay, exactly this. And again, it's theotrade.com/S as in Sam, K as in kick, E as in echo, W. theotrade.com/SKU, right? You just click add to cart. In doing so, and I want to go through this for just a brief moment. As you scroll down, you can do a single payment of $297. You could break it up into $149. You can do 3 payments of $100. Okay. Add your phone number here. In doing so, okay, that will automatically enroll you for our text messaging. Listen, we're not going to text you and text you and text you. Okay. We do a couple of texts a week. When we actually trade Ultima, we text you out. Right? The TheoTheo small portfolio, we're texting you. And it's important that you guys know that we're not going to bombard, okay? In the busiest week, probably get about 5 to 6 text messages. In a dead week, maybe 1 or 2, okay? It just depends on the given week. And we tend to trade in clusters. So you're like, hear nothing for a week and all of a sudden 5 text messages in 2 days, okay? That's just how it works, but put your phone number in there. And I'll reiterate, okay? Everything you do here at TheoTrade, there's a complete money back guarantee on it. As I said, like the most important thing, I can't stress this enough. You want to come here, right? We want you to be here, but we want people that want to be in this industry. We want people that know, okay, that they want to be involved in this, okay, that they do want to learn to sell premium, and you're going to learn. And we are more than happy to help you every single step of the way. And I also want you guys to understand that at any point, you can email us. We support our clientele. You email us, we will get back to you within 24 hours on that email. So don't email me on expiration Friday with close. The thing is, you got to have somebody to talk to. Do you realize that if you paid $297, if you paid $297 just to email us like once a month, it's worth it, because you can't call up like Charles Schwab anymore. You're not calling up a broker. There's no one to talk to in this business. Just the email support is worth $300. And it's, by the way, it's $300 for all 3 months. It's not $300 a month. It's $300 for 3 months. And everybody goes, what happens after the 3 months? Okay. We haven't raised prices in years. No inflation here. Forget it. Okay. It's $297. And after 3 months, if you want to do it again, we'll ask you. And if you do want to do it again, it's $297 for 3 months. Right. Let me kind of continue over here. It's theotrade.com/SKU. By the way, as you guys are enrolling, we'll read off some of the names of those that are enrolling. We are still going to do, and again, we're still going to do, okay, selection of 10 individuals today. Sorry, my camera's getting weird. We're going to select 10 individuals today that are going to go to a brand new mentorship program that I just built, okay? That mentorship program typically costs $6,000. Again, 10 of you are actually going to be enrolled as you stay tuned over here, because we're going to do that in just about the next 10 minutes. By the way, theotrade.com/SKU, feel free to enroll. As you're enrolling, I'll see your name come up and populate in here and I'll read it off to you. By the way, how our members are doing year to date. I wanted to take you through this. This literally came in yesterday. It's from Jeffrey. It says, I want to thank you, okay, for all the different staff and point of views in trading. This year, I did more of what works and less of what didn't. Thanks to your selling premium in IPS. IPS is what? Inflection point. I took $12,000 to over $32,000 in 18 months. Okay. I've been doing your method. Thanks again so much. And I look forward to your new ideas in the coming year. Comes from Jeffrey. And that literally came in yesterday. Now I want to explain a bit of a bonus, right? Again, it's $297 today. I already relinquished that. I know many of you are already signing up, but I want to explain everything that is included here at TheoTrade. TheoTrade goes beyond one class or one indicator. Okay. We understand that people, they want everything to trade, everything to invest. They want it at one place and they want it at one price. Okay. The first thing we give you as a bonus, the quick start guide. So I've showed this a couple of times, but I want to reiterate this from the get-go. We give you a quick start guide. This is to get you ramped up, and not just ramped up. People like, I know options. Yeah, but this is ramped up the TheoTrade way. So we're going to give you training, take you from complete newbie to entering into your first trade. Bonus 2, access. It's about 128 classes. These are some of the classes. In fact, here, you want to see the class archives? Let me show you exactly how TheoTrade works. Come in here under archives, go to class archive right here. There's classes archive, right? Go into the class archive. It's broken down, options, option newbies, technicals, futures and bonds. You have access to all of this from day one. I am your resident option geek. Welcome, I am the resident option geek. If I am the resident option geek, get rid of that. Okay. For instance, Z spreads, inflection point spreads, Ultima. Okay. Want to see, for instance, you get access to every one of these classes. Okay. But here's inflection point, right? And how does it work? Here, you're watching the video live right now. It's not something per se new. Okay. So you can see that's exactly how it looks and feels. We take you through this and you get to download, okay, the entire inflection point investing plan, inflection point spreads, download to click the slide deck, which has all the criteria in it. But you get access to every class that we have done, every class that we've done. It's over 100 classes, right? Bonus 3. Bonus number 3 is access to our chat room. One of the things that, I could put a lot of weight into this, but listen, there's a lot of chat rooms that probably charge you $300 a month. Here's a chat room, you got access to it. This is a trader, he's intraday. So what we do here at TheoTrade is we have 8 full-time instructors. Everybody specializes in one genre of trade, okay? It's incredible though, because different walks of life. Somebody says, this is a swing trader. We have a swing trader. This is an intraday trader. It's Tony Rago. That's who this is. This is Tony.
To the whole concepts of the spots, the 100 handle.
So he's actually explaining a little bit how to trade Nasdaq futures. This is all the guy does throughout the course of the day. Okay. But we have, 7 different instructors in here. We actually cover the span of an entire trading day. You get access to that. By the way, you also get access to discussing everything with other traders. Okay. These are all traders, and there's thousands and thousands of people. Any given day, there might be 2,000 to 3,000 people inside of the chat room. So in addition to it, you get text and push notification, 5 different trading portfolios. It's like another $1,000 support trades and insight. Okay, here's the instructors: Jeff Bierman, Matt Williamson, Corey Rosenblum, Brandon Chapman, Steve Miller, Tony Rago, Blake Young. 3 of these, including Brandon, Corey, and Jeff, are CMTs. Jeff Bierman is also a professor of finance at DePaul University. So Jeff actually still lives in Chicago. He's a professor of finance and moonlights with us. Jeff actually worked with me at TD Ameritrade for a lot of years. He built most of the thinkorswim charting platform. Okay, here is actually most of us working from home at the COVID times, right? We give you 59 proprietary indicators and scans. This is all part of it. We just give you all the scans, every indicator, anything that we use. Like lots of firms, they charge ridiculous amounts, okay, for stuff like this, auto expected moves. They charge like for implied vol. They charge for their scripts. We don't do that. We don't charge for any of the scripts. We give them to you all. Okay, and we're going to be building scripts for Tastyworks as well as they start to release their charting platform. So it's all part of it. We give it to you. It's another $1,800. All right. Bonus 4, TheoTheo Live portfolio. This is the portfolio I've been showing you. This is the portfolio I've been talking about the entire time. This is Ultima. We give you access to Ultima. It's a no holds trading approach of making money, losing money. You get to see every position okay, and every nuance over here. It's full disclosure on all trades, opening, close, hedging positions. You get to watch me trade. We also now have a TheoTheo small portfolio. This one down here, okay, this is account. $2,000 account, $5,000 account, you're fine. It's built specifically for that. Here's what the portfolio looks like. And if you don't have time, okay, you can actually do in the video update. Now, time out for a second. This is a weekly video. I do it every Friday morning. And on Friday morning, I update you in 12 minutes or less on every trade that I've executed regarding Ultima. Okay. It takes you through every nuance of those trades that I've done on Ultima, what I've sold in this portfolio, what I've bought back in that portfolio, why I've made the moves. 12 minutes or less, you get updated on everything. Okay. So if you sit here and you go, oh, this is overwhelming. I don't know, for $297, would you rather be overwhelmed or underwhelmed? I think everybody wants to be overwhelmed. You will pick and choose what you use out of TheoTrade. Number 5, technical analysis toolkit, Tech 101, Tech 201, MACD indicators, timing-based trading systems, pattern recognitions. Okay, it's all part of it in here. So make sure we're good here. Pattern recognition. So we have an entire technical analysis toolkit for those of you who are into charts. Okay. Bonus 6, day trading treasure chest. So for those of you that do want to trade on a day-to-day basis, it's part of TheoTrade. By the way, I actually do a couple of the intraday classes as well, but my specialty is much more in terms of options. So intraday Nasdaq futures, day trading ES futures blueprint. Okay. Bonus number 7, and I would write this one down. The 5 essential building blocks to successful trading. Okay, it's Steve Miller's class. Steve Miller, okay, is like our veteran trader. He's semi-retired here, but he puts together phenomenal classes. This man has forgotten more about risk management than most of us will ever know. He's in our in-house psychologist. I'm serious. You guys, you can have 30 years in the market. Listen to what this man has to say. And I always say, write it down because people will forget. They'll enroll for this and there's a lot going on. All right. By the way, again, all of this is included. This class alone is worth thousands. I mean, this one is one where there's not too many classes that our instructors do that I'm like, holy crap, this is the best thing we've ever put together. Mindset mastery is incredible. Also, like seriously, our technical analysis classes are second to none. Jeff Bierman knocks it out of the park. Just knocks it out of the park. That we even had a little side class we did the other day, like orb trade from Matt Williamson. It's really good. Like it was really good. Matt, you need to formalize that into a class, but all of this is included. By the way, I'm going to read you a couple of names and I don't want to confuse anybody, but I'm going to read a couple of names off. The names I'm initially reading right now, they're not the winners. These are individuals that have enrolled, okay, for TheoTrade. We will read off the winners of the mentorship here in a few minutes. Let me read a few names. And again, I apologize because I don't want to confuse anybody. These are the names that of people that have now enrolled. I just want you guys to understand when you're enrolling, I want you guys to know we do see your name. We'll get the passwords out to you. It's Paul B. from Georgia, Justin H. from Maryland, Simone S. from Illinois, Donald H. from Ohio, Toby E. from Illinois, Stephen T. from New York, okay, Arden P. from Utah, Wayne P. from Kansas, Lawrence C. from Florida, Daniel G. from Oregon, Charles W. from Florida, James R. from Nevada, okay, Hitesh B. from Texas, Michael W. from Wisconsin. That's just the first batch of individuals, okay, that have actually enrolled here. All right, continuing on. We have a quick start guide to Ultima trades. For those of you that do have pretty dramatic amounts of experience in this business, we built a quick start guide. It's kind of like, you buy a new printer and you open it up and you're like, oh, well, it's a quick start guide. Like this is it's Cliff Note version of how to sell premium. Listen, what our members are saying, this comes from Pat. It's a little longer ago, but it's okay. Thank you for your reply. It's much appreciated. TheoTrade is the first educational trading service that I'm actually making a profit with and one which I see a pathway to retirement. Okay. TheoTrade includes everything: classes, coaching, email access, live trading room, live trades, indicators, scans, mobile access. I didn't even make enough of a mention of the mobile access. We built, okay, and I think it's important to know this, we built Theo Mobile. Make sure we're good here, okay? We built TheoTrade Mobile, and I know it's a little weird to actually show somebody this, but TheoTrade has its own mobile app. Okay. And in doing so, we can actually do what's called push notifications. So if you're somewhere in the world and you can't get text messages, Okay. You're somewhere in the world, can't get text messages. That is okay. And that is okay because we do push notifications anywhere in the world. If you are in the United States, okay, or you can receive text messages, we can get that to you too. But it's important that we get the trades out. We do it by text, okay, and push notification. So it's everything that you're going to need to be able to succeed. We've literally built like Netflix for trading. You name a genre of trade, boom, it's there. Okay. TheoTrade, it's $297 for 3 months. Includes everything we talked about today. And again, I reiterate, TheoTrade is a riskless trade. It's a 90-day money back guarantee. So, and this is important to me because one of the things that I always try to tell people, like, if you're here, we believe that in 90 days, you can get a really good feel for what we do. Okay. And then I truly mean that, like, in 90 days, we can give you a really good feel of what we do. Apply yourself, spend a little time. You don't have to spend all day inside of the chat room. But if you're not happy anytime in the next 90 days, the one thing I implore you guys to understand is number one, okay, there's about right now 6,000 people in TheoTrade. Okay. Number two, 3 months only costs $297. Like, we felt that that was a very reasonable price. And listen, for $297, I just want you guys to understand, I don't want anybody to ever be unhappy that's here. Like, we want people truly that want to be here. And that's like the 4th or 5th time I've said that because I'm adamant about it. Like, if you don't want to be here, I get it. Just email us. You don't call us. You don't have to do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. It doesn't matter. Just support at TheoTrade.com. Like, if we're ever going to part ways, I hope we part ways, okay, on a very, very good note. So no excuses, no questions, no commentary. Like, listen, sometimes just life gets in the way. Like, I get it. And if you do get a refund, you get to keep bonus number 1, which is the whole options 101, options 201, options 301. You get to keep that. You get to view as many classes as you want. View the inflection point spreads. Okay, view everything. Listen, get into TheoTrade now. We are offering today 30 spots, okay, on the money back guarantee. Now, we do that obviously to incentivize people to enroll today, right? We give you unlimited email mentoring, which to itself is an arduous process, but I don't know any other education venues that give you unlimited email mentoring. And I'm telling you right now, you can email us with trade related questions. Like, you don't have to say, my hypothetical trade, my sister's girlfriend's roommate's dog thought about buying Apple. Like, just come out with it. Like, most of us came from the brokerage industry. I have every license. I had every license imaginable. I've had my Series 3, my Series 4. By the way, Series 3 is futures, okay, NFA regulations. Series 4 is an option principal. I've had my Series 7, which is just a registered broker dealer. I've had my Series 24, which is a principal broker dealer. I had 768 reports under my Series 24. And I had a Series 66, which is 63 and a 65 combined. You want fries with that? I managed about $400 million early on in my career. Right when I first joined thinkorswim, I managed about $400 million along with Tom Sosnoff. We worked together. He was my work wife for the first 10 years of my career. With that, again, send us your trades, bounce ideas off of us. That's what we're here for. The $297 riskless offer. We've never made it available before in this fashion. Inflection point spreads, no stipulations, money back guarantee. Again, just go right over here, and I want to make sure that everybody sees it. Okay, it's just it's TheoTrade.com. Again, it's TheoTrade.com/SKU. Now, okay. By the way, somebody said nobody's answering the phone right now. That's because it's inundated. Just chat with us, okay? Chat with us right now, because again, we have a lot of people on, and we will get you taken care of. By the way, a few more names that I'm going to read off. Robert P. from Texas, Mo F. from Texas, Paul S. from California. By the way, as I'm reading those names, those are names of individuals that have enrolled. You haven't won anything, you've just enrolled, and I don't want anybody to be confused, okay? Oh yeah, the phone number, okay? Sorry, see, somebody said they want the phone number back up over here. Yeah, you can actually use this phone number, okay? But I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of people on, and I'm sure there's a lot of people calling. The easiest way, if you want to chat with us, okay, in this chat window, this would be the fastest, Stacy's actually in there, okay? We have Matt Williamson, Todd Sweet, Brian Aponte, okay? Jeff is on here, Stacy's on here. Any of us can actually help you right now on chat. Phones are going to be pretty booked up. It's always hard to get through at a time like this. All right. So make sure everybody sees that. I'm going to answer some generalized questions. okay, and then get into some specifics. So this is everything you get for $297 Ultima, okay, quick start beginner's guide, over 100 different trading classes, access to our chat room, includes all the text trades, the TheoTrade mobile, of course, everything, email access to the instructors, TheoTheta portfolio, the technical analysis toolkit, day trading treasure chest, the mindset mastery, including Slim Miller's class, and of course, the quick start guides to Ultima. So in the entire class of library of everything that we've offered, okay, since inception, the library is even searchable, completely searchable. You can search a topic and you'll find it in there. Again, what our members are saying, my first 4 trades following exactly your details in Ultima just closed out using GTC, that's good till canceled orders, right after setting them into this trade, paid for your class in less than a week. I'm very thankful I subscribed to your services. Keep up the good works. Thanks, Jeremiah. It's TheoTrade.com/SKU. In a moment here, I'm going to read off a couple of names of some winners. Before I do so though, okay, I want to spend just one moment, okay, and go through, these are general questions, and I'm just going to rip through the general questions very, very quickly here. So anyway, what do you need to get started with TheoTrade? These are just general questions. You need a laptop internet connection. I suggest you don't even need a laptop anymore, okay? Go get yourself an iPad, and I happen to have one over here, okay? The one thing I'm going to tell you about an iPad, you can trade off of your iPad. You can watch Theo off of the iPad. But the one thing I'll say, do not go out and spend $1,000. Like, you don't have to have an iPad Pro. You can use any Android. This, people, is a Walmart special. And after about a year, I have 3 kids that are still, grade school level. After about a year, I just hand them this one and buy the latest, greatest iPad. So you don't have to spend a fortune. You don't need like a special super secret iPad. The irony is the iPad's also about $297. So it's fine. By the way, a couple more names came through. Jocelyn D from Florida, Thomas W from Washington. Just letting you guys know, there are 30 spots available, okay, on the riskless deal to enroll for TheoTrade today. So the second thing, this is not a membership. We don't auto renew or auto bill. We don't like, and I say we, okay, myself and the other founders here at TheoTrade, we don't like that people like do this ridiculous like auto renew, auto bill. It's not like a gym membership where you're like, I must give blood to get out. Okay, we don't do that. That's just wrong. I hate it. So when we bill you, okay, if you want to be billed, you actually have to say, yeah, I want to do this again. This, we're like, great. Okay, if you want to do it again for another 90 days, it's fine. It's one of the reasons we have 6,000 people on the platform. Okay. Number 3, we provide weekly video updates so you can follow all the moves we make. That one's like, you have to listen to some of the video updates. In 12 minutes, we update you on everything. Like when I send out alerts on trades, we give you updates. And in 12 minutes, it updates you on everything I've done in the week. By the way, a few more names came through. Ha T from California, John E from Illinois, Herman V from Washington. Okay, number 5 over here, provide you access to TheoTrade Mobile. You can access the archives on TheoTrade Mobile, which also works on any Android or Apple device. On TheoTrade Mobile, you can download onto the device and watch from like an airplane. It works exactly like the technology from like Netflix, where as long as you're still an active member, you can continue to watch those even when you're offline. It's kind of cool. So a lot of people think like I have to have a streaming connection, but you don't. You can actually download that and watch it from 30,000 feet with no internet connection. So I think that's important. Number 6, add your cell phone number when you enroll, and you're going to receive text messages and push notifications. Obviously, you can email us anytime, receive a response within 24 hours, and including trade-related questions. I make a big deal about this. I always make a big deal about emailing us because I just think like today, listen, I started with thinkorswim officially in 2001. In 2001, you could call us, you could talk to us, right? It's different now, okay? Forget about like, it's different now, all right? It's just, when I say it's different now, you can't do anything anymore. You can't call anybody. Nobody will talk to you on the phone, not Charles Schwab, nobody. So it's important that you guys know You bounce ideas off of us, and one of the ideas that I'm going to talk about in a moment is, at TheoTrade, we can help you get approved for options trading at several major brokers. Okay? And you're like, well, what do you mean by that? Listen, not everybody is going to allow you to trade the way you want to trade. If you have like a Fidelity account, they may not like, hey, I can't use options on futures in here, or I can't trade options at all. Okay, we will do that. So Mo was asking, I just joined, how do I log into the site? We're going to email you a login. Okay, username and password will actually be emailed to you. And right now, there's a lot of people still on, and a lot of people that are enrolling. It'll take a few moments, take up to 6 to 7 minutes for you to actually get your login credentials in there. So variations of all the following trades, okay, are available in an IRA. You could do this with as little as $2,000 in a funded brokerage account. And again, you gain access to every archive, okay, for the entirety that TheoTrade has been in business, which now is since 2016. Listen, there are 30 riskless spots left. Get results, take action, enroll for TheoTrade now. There's absolutely no risk to you in enrolling for TheoTrade right now. So I want to answer some of the other questions that have come up. Okay, we're also going to do a bit of a giveaway over here, which we promised to each and every one of you. So when I say the giveaway is this inner circle, okay, we're going to notify those that have actually won on here. But for right now, go to theotrade.com/SKU. I want to pull this up and answer some individualized questions. Again, I want to make sure that everybody gets their questions answered. And if you don't get them answered live, okay, you can always email us. You can always hit us up on the support over here. So bear with me. All right. So let me come back over here, see if I can answer some of the questions over here. Somebody said, do you day trade, scalp trade? Which of the ones do you prefer? So, that came from Jonathan early on. And the answer is, on days where I am in front of the computer, I will absolutely unequivocally, I will trade on an intraday basis. On days I do sit in front of the computer, but predominantly what I've been doing this year, because this volatility, it's hard to trade. It's hard to sit in front of the computer certain days too. And everything comes down to now, like, oh, a CPI report, or oh, here comes like the Fed announcement. Okay, selling premium, it's just a lot easier. I will tell you that the primary strategy we have used for the last 2.5 years has been Ultima. Okay, and it's at the core of everything that I'm presently doing over here. All right, so moving on over here, I'm just looking through a couple more of the questions, and oh yeah, somebody said thinkorswim and TDA is where I recognize your name. Okay, lucky to meet you at a few of the sessions in the back of the room. Yeah, no, it's that's great, because again, I spent a very long time, obviously, both thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade. And we did a lot of touring back in the days. Okay, here's another one. Oh, this one's in says, I'm new to options. How do I get caught up and up to speed? Okay. Make sure we get this. New to options, how do I get up to speed? I would say unequivocally, if you're new to options, getting up to speed is just a matter of, and please go through the options 101, 201, 301. Even those of you that have some experience, I mean, people just look at this for what it is. Okay. You want to get your money's worth out of TheoTrade. It's $297, but just watching, okay, something like order execution part 1, 2, and 3. I spent the better part of 15 years of my life like in an order execution. And when I say order execution, how do you send off a trade and get the best fill possible, the best fill plausible? And we teach that. Okay. That's, even if you're extraordinarily experienced, teach you exactly how to do that. So I just want to make sure that everybody understands, when I'm answering these questions over here, that, hey, listen, you name an archive and there's something in there for you. In fact, you can even come in here when you go to member home. Okay. Under member home, it's searchable. You can type in something like SKU. Okay. And look up every coaching session involving SKU. Somebody else asked a question about SKU. Okay. Volatility skew, what it means for you. Okay. How to use volatility skew, volatility skew in you, skew bonds and volatility. Like that's how many different classes. And that's exactly how we designed TheoTrade. So again, go through, search everything you want. You name a topic, it's in there. Again, theotrade.com/skew. All right. I like it. Excellent. All right, we have some winners, and I'm going to read off the name of a couple of winners. Now, I know a few of you are still enrolling, okay? The winners today are specifically for this mentorship. What I want you to do when you hear your name called, okay, the next few names that are called are winners. It is a $6,000 mentorship. We opened it up, okay, as a very elite membership, and we figured, it's a little bit of a nice kind of a Christmas gift going into the holidays here. So it's $6,000 mentorship. Here come the first names. Winner number 1, William Crocker. Okay, William Crocker. You want to actually chat in right now, and we'll confirm with you. Okay, the winners must be present, so it's fairly critical. William Crocker. Winner number 2, Robert Packwood. Robert Packwood. If you will chat in. Okay, will the real Robert Packwood please stand up? All right, you can chat in over to the question and answer or the chat room. We would see either side of those. Okay. Winner number 3, Peter. Okay, Mercado. Peter Mercado. Excellent. Okay, so I like that. Nice. Especially, by the way, if you just signed up and you won, gold, Jerry, gold. So Peter Mercado is winner number 3. Winner number 4. Okay. Paul Blair. Paul Blair. And we're using kind of like a random number generator based on anybody that's left on right now. Okay. And using a random number generator to do it. So awesome. You guys are actually even chatting in over here. I'm waiting for the other ones. I'm only up to winner number 4. Okay. Okay. So I'm waiting. There's going to be more over here. And again, as you guys are signing up for it, I apologize. I'm waiting right now over here as they're hanging me up on winner number 4. Okay, we're live here, man. Give me the other 6 people. So we're up to winner number 4. Okay. Hey, it's not up to me. I only read what's in my chat. Winner number 5, Patrick Walsh. Patrick Walsh. Right? Okay. Winner number 6, Mark Wildman. Mark Wildman. Again, if you hear your name, chat in. You can either chat into the chat or into the Q&A. We'll see either or. Okay. Make sure that we have everybody in here. Winner number 7, Ken Matson. Ken Matson. Putting your name in there is not going to confuse me. So Ken Matson is winner number 7. Winner number 8, Jim Reno. Jim Reno. Okay. Winner number 9, Jerry. Okay. Stinnett. Jerry Stinnett. All right. And winner number 10, Donald Holland. Donald Holland. Okay. Yeah, apparently apparently somebody said it's an all men's club, it's all wrong. Okay. I agree with you, but it's a random number generator. I'm sorry. Okay. And apparently there's a lot of men on here. So we have William Crocker, Robert Packwood, okay, Peter Mercado, Paul Blair, Patrick Walsh, okay, Mark Wildman, Ken Matson, Jim Reno, Jerry, okay, Stinnett, and Donald Holland. Just reading off those 10 names. Excellent. I like this. I didn't win, but Brian Aponte is still the best. Brian Aponte is the best. It looks like again. Oh, winner number 4 was Paul Blair. Winner number 4 was Paul Blair. Just making sure that everybody, okay, everybody heard the winners over there. Okay, I can't do 10 more. So by the way, I'm one of those people like I never won anything. Okay, but I have 3 kids and they spend a lot of money. If that helps. those of you that are enrolling today, listen, I want to thank everybody for coming in here. Okay. There's no Canadians. Okay. No Canadians. I'm sure there's plenty of Canadians in there. So guys are cracking me up. Anyway, if you go to theotrade.com /SKU, whether you want the mentorship or not, TheoTrade for $297, you're not going to go wrong here. It means the world to me. And again, if you guys you need to get a hold of me, just go to support@theotrade.com, put my name in the heading. I answer a lot of the emails myself. Matt Williamson also helps me answer a tremendous number of the emails that I receive. So we're kind of like a joint team in terms of answering some of the emails. But if you need to get a hold of me, I will answer those emails. And I want to thank everybody for coming out today. Each and every one of you, as you guys enroll, again, theotrade.com /SKU. If you have questions, we'll stay on here and answer some of the questions via typing back in. Thanks everybody for joining us, and have a wonderful afternoon. Bye-bye.